I suggest. Welcome everybody to day 2. This is qualifier number 2 of the Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant series. I'm Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May. New face with me today, but a fabulous face nonetheless. It's Cute Noob here to join me for some awesome gaming. Were you able to catch some of the games yesterday?
I was, and I was so surprised to see a name that I feel like has had quite a struggle, but has finally found victory with the YFPX.
Yes, we love seeing those squads coming together and popping off, and the underdogs that we don't expect, right? Just being able to dominate. So we're excited to see what today is going to bring. Again, I said this is our qualifier number 2, and it's a series with Supergirl Gamer Pro that's dedicated to women and non-binary folks in gaming. So really excited for what we've got to bring for you all today. Now, to take a looking back at what happened a bit yesterday. You knew we had some really incredible plays happening, just like some real star plays happening really throughout the entire day.
I was so surprised to see the amount of new faces that we have. You talked about a lot of players who have been around the scene for quite some time, but also just some new names that I was like, who dat and why are they so darn good?
Yes, absolutely. And I love that we, Supergirl Gamer Pro gives this platform, right, to be able to come out here and showcase their talent and even hone in on their talent and keep up on the talent. So really incredible plays here. These teams yesterday were definitely showing up for sure. So again, I keep saying it. I'm just really excited. Oh yeah, that was an amazing. Oh no, I know, right? Well, that's kind of a whole different thing. Ranked and comp are almost two different kind of games, I'd say. Because you need a team, and that's what everyone's here with. They brought their squads. They found who they vibe with, and at this moment, anyhow, right? We're here to test it out and see how it goes. It's a really fun times. New teams also, of course, because the 3 teams that did make it through yesterday that we're kind of getting a little recap on right now, they have already advanced. They've secured their spot into tomorrow, which is the Championship Sunday bracket, and that's going to be Shopify Rebellion. We've got FlyQuest Red, as well as, who's speaking there at the end? FYPX, excuse me, of course, that wasn't the end. But these are the top 3 teams that are going to be waiting tomorrow to find the 3 that do make it through today. Really excited. And, to this series, you knew, this event right here, we're doing it offline or online, and there's going to be an offline LAN event happening next weekend in Oceanside, California. And that's it, I think next weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be there with probably a name that you guys know quite a bit, which is Emily. She's gonna be our my co-caster, so we'll be giving you guys the action. I know I was watching the broadcast yesterday, Lucy May, and with Ms. Harvey, and you were like, oh, I wish we could go, and I'm like, oh, I feel so bad because I'm gonna be there, but don't worry, I'm gonna send you pictures, I'm gonna send you videos, whatever you need to get rid of that FOMO.
Yes, no, you better tag me. I'm not kidding. Tag me or DM me, send me all the breezy goodness and the Supergirl Pro Game surf stuff. So that's what's really fun with this Valorant event that's happening offline next weekend in Oceanside. There's also going to be, it's alongside this Supergirl Gamer Pro Supergirl Surf Pro. I'm so used to saying the Gamer Pro part. Surf Pro. And it's the largest in the world for women in surf competition. So it's going to be a fantastic time. And, Supergirl doesn't just stop there with surfing and games. There's also the Supergirl Snow Pro. There's the Supergirl Skate Pro. It's just Supergirl all over everything. And I love that these opportunities are out there and available for everyone that has an interest in their respective sport, right? I mean, if you could choose, I'm going to say you can't choose gaming. Which one would you like to be able to, maybe if you could dabble into with these other sports? Surf, skate, snow.
I would probably do surfing. I tried it in Hawaii. Well, I obviously didn't surf like a professional because these women have been doing it for quite some time. So they're like beyond my skill level. But I would try my hand at surfing. What about you?
Ooh, I love that one. I actually think I would love to do snowboarding.
I think
Yes.
you would kill it.
I love it because I love surfing too. The mountain when you're on some nice fresh powder, ooh, that's a whole other vibe. But anyways, we like you said, there's people that have already been doing it, but I'm not you. We could do it if we wanted to. Cute noob, I'm telling you, it's all about just getting out there and doing it, getting the reps. It's never too late. Well, sometimes it is. Well, but anyways, I digress. But today we are here for Valorant. This is a Gamer Pro series, and we're kicking it off. So we've already had a couple rounds of games go through off the stream. We are now into the semifinals. Really excited to get that kicked off. I think our first matchup's going to be Tacos versus Paw Pals.
Mm-hmm.
The Taco full name? What is that full name? What is he? Taco
It's
Fish?
Team Fish Taco.
Yeah. Yes. Is that I mean, you're from Southern California. Are you living in Southern California anyhow? Are you a fish taco fan?
I love fish tacos. I think they are a very niche thing though, so be careful where you get them. Some places are not going to be great. Other places are going to be so good that you're going to want to eat so many of them and feel a little bit disgusting. But again, digressing, Paw Pals versus Team Fish Tacos. That's two different animals there.
And maybe one might devour the other. Or we could see an anime reverse sweep. I don't know. You guys use your imaginations. We're going to find out what's going to happen IRL. But all of these teams right now, again, I've mentioned the championship bracket tomorrow. That's the money bracket. $10,000 on the line for the top 4 teams. So just because 6 teams are making it doesn't mean you're going to go home with money. Only the top 4 will make it with some cash. $5,000 for first place, $2,500 for second, and $1,250 for third and fourth each. So going to be also another fabulous time. I just love these adjectives of how much awesomeness we're going to have. Good times. So
there's so much to be said. It's just going to be all fun, and everyone's going to get a little bit of a cash in their pocket. So those new Valorant skins that are coming out, or maybe, hey, you might be looking at that nice meal that you've been looking to devour, and you're finally going to have that money to be able to get that meal for yourself. So I'm really excited for all these teams.
Yes, fantastic. Again, those adjectives, But anyhow, the games that had already been played, those were all best of ones. Semifinals will also be best of ones, as well as our third place matchup, best of one. So the only best of 3 we're going to have today is in the finals of today's bracket. So best of 3 maps for that. And then a whole new set for Championship Sunday. We'll talk about that on Sunday, however, when we get there. But all of this couldn't be made possible, or is made possible, I should say, by our fantastic sponsors in Logitech G, Nissan, and the U.S. Air Force. I myself being an Air Force brat. So there's that. Maybe we need to have coffee together sometime. I don't know. It's fine. But we're here. We're doing it. And obviously I need a coffee. So that's that. And these teams, they're already ready to go. They don't need coffee. They've just got all the things ready to get kicked off. So you guys, we're getting the lobby set up. Don't you worry. It's happening very, very shortly. And we're going to take a very short commercial break right here. And we'll see you on the other side.
The Supergirl Gamer Pro is brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com. And by Logitech G, who is on a mission to change gaming for good through the power of positive play. And by the United States Air Force. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. Join us.
Not very many Latina women go in the military as an officer. But I always had that desire to serve my country, and that is why I chose the Air Force. The advice I would give to somebody who doesn't think that they could be an aviator, you can. You just have to decide to take another step forward, and then another one, and then another one, and then it gets easier. Don't underestimate yourself. You did this, and you could do more.
This all-new Aria is an elegant EV.
Yeah, with 389 horsepower. And all-wheel drive.
It's beautiful.
It's a beast
It's electric.
with an edge.
Oh, let's go with that.
play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
We're back. I promised. It was only going to be a very short break, and we are here. The game's so ready. It's primed, and it's going to kick off this broadcast on map Lotus, one of the newer maps here for Valorant. So excited to see how these are going to fare. Now, it's Paw Pals versus Team Fish Tacos, and it is to be said that Paw Pals did just arrive on the scene today and just plowed through the bracket. So we're ready to see if Team Fish Tacos can keep up on Lotus. This was just ban. Yeah, down. I guess at that point we don't get to pick. It's just what's left. So how are you feeling with these two teams, Cute Noob, in regards to what's happening here on Lotus?
So one of the names that kind of just stands out to me is Malibu. I believe they've been in the scene for quite some time. So that's going to be someone that I'm going to be keeping my eye on for Pop House. On the side of Fish Taco, obviously, we have the one and only Luna Fox, who has been around the scene for quite some time. And it's really nice to see, a familiar face be able to lead this team that also has been doing really well. They unfortunately fell in the qualifier 1 to one of the top 3 teams. But nonetheless, they seem to have a strong starting point because they've been going like 13-5, 13-7 from the beginning of today. So I don't expect anything too crazy as far as agents, but I do expect for Team Fish Taco to have a strong start because they're starting on attack.
All right. Yeah, we'll be checking out the comps for Lotus. I myself have not had too much hands-on with this map. How would you say that, because you said that attacking is in favor for getting it to be able to start first on attacking. And how do you feel, because we're not getting any mirror comps here, where do the strengths seem to lie? Are you leaning heavily more so on any particular side with those comps?
So I really enjoy Team Fish Taco because they get to number 1 start on their attacking side. When they played previously on Lotus, they were having a hard time getting that momentum going for themselves on the defense. So that's why they kind of fell pretty quickly to their opponents. But now that they get to start and have that momentum be on their favor, as you saw, I believe that they have those double initiators with the Breach and the Sky. That's beautiful. I know that there's been a little bit of controversy about the Sky because of how, less effective her flashes are. And then to be able to have now that backup initiator like the Breach, who has the Rolling Thunder, who has the stuns and the Aftershock, to be able to not only clear out corners, but also be able to stun your opponents when trying to take a site, is going to be really great for the side of Team Fish Taco. I'm looking, though, at Millie on the Astra, as well as your main character Braze, to be able to stop those really aggressive pushes that we're going to see coming out from Team Fish Taco. And you already see they're already leaning to try to get some utility out on that A site.
Yeah, I love to see it. So it's really just Team Fish Taco slow up through mid. We did see a mini Paw Pals over aggression outside of A real quick. Didn't get too much action, and they kind of have peeled back a little bit here.
Ooh, I believe that was Breach who was able to grab that orb as well. So we're already seeing the work to build up that Rolling Thunder. Also getting that kill. That's already 2 points working up that Rolling Thunder. And they didn't even hit that site there. They're just trying to get some eliminations nice and early.
Yeah, and it definitely, they didn't hit the site, but like you said, they've got numbers. Still, it's more to their advantage at this point. And so it's rotation over to C sites. Or you'd love to see another map that has 3 objective sites. Haven's been the only one for the longest. So now having this much different terrain, as well as the levels and what have you, for a whole new map, bringing in the 3rd site. I mean, they're not even really... Oh, there's the plant. The plant is trying to go down. I was going to say they just got one player down. It's just a death match at this point. But now we're all here with Zahn. Oh, turret definitely gives out that info, so it's what can Zon do? Maybe try to get a pick or two?
Yeah, to be fair, Zon popped off the last match. It was literally a jet diff, that previous match that they just played. So if you want anyone to be standing, it's going to be Zon. Unfortunately, Zon has met their match with Logic there. And you talked about how Lotus has those 3 sites. And that's the beautiful thing for a team that's starting on attack is you get to really play those mind games. We saw them kind of have some presence A, use up utility from Pop House. And then after they rotated over to the B, it's like constantly playing chess and constantly making moves to see who's going to make the first mistake. And that first mistake went over to the hands of Pop House, who like lost 2 of their players. Therefore, then it gave the chance for Team Fish Taco to then be able to rotate off and have a safer plan.
So going into round 2. Got some weapon upgrades for Fish Taco. And it's just
man.
waiting. Look, yeah, the Pop Pal's coming on out. It actually succeeded in knocking one off of Fish Taco's side. Fish Taco just playing it back. Is that the vibe for Lotus? Is just kind of see if your opponent's going to aggress. Is this a kind of a situation you do on Lotus, or is this just specific to the squads?
I think you want to make sure that you get those numbers for sure. And when you are able to get those numbers, you're able to then really play the rest of the map. Now, the one thing that Team Fish Taco did phenomenally there was know that they were aggressing A. Now they ran off to a site where they knew there was less presence. And they were able to get the plant, but now they're having such difficulty with just the sheriffs in the hands of Pop House.
They're holding up pretty well at this point, getting that Fish Taco down to 2, but oh, Summertime does tie it back up 1-1. Let's see if that's enough to bait out the remaining player of Fish Taco. Gonna hold it for mid, is able to pull it off just in time, but not enough to get the gun up to first Kate. It's gonna go down on that defense. Another round over to Fish Taco. And then 3rd round here, gonna get those buy-ups and an opportunity for Pop House to get on the board.
I'm so surprised. Pop House were like sheriffs. They're just guardians in a different shape at this point. They were able to get the first blood and then continue with their momentum. Even though the spike was planted, they took so many weapons off of the hands of Team Fish Taco. And you can see now they're down to 2 sheriffs. They do have that guardian that they were able to save from the previous round. But nonetheless, their weapons are not in the best. They're hoping that there was someone who's going to be aggressive onto mid, but I like what Pop House are doing. They're just using the utility of KJ to give them that information, and they even have that extra player with the Fade holding onto this B connector just in case.
I was having this conversation with Steph yesterday about how Breach is one of my favorite agents, and then Fade happened. And so I love to see Fade on, coming through sometimes. I know she hasn't been a huge competitive, composition for squads, but at times it definitely fares for some interesting strategies. I do love her abilities. So
the Nightmare. I think the Nightmare is a huge thing, and the reason why she doesn't see that much play is because of the nerf that they kind of made to her. Her prowlers don't go as far, but when you get something like this, I was gonna say there was so much opportunity based on that.
Yeah,
30 seconds left.
this is just probably mostly where the gun difference is coming into play. Unfortunately, well, excuse me, actually that's reverse, huh? Because Pop House has the weapons. Oh goodness. Yeah.
Pop House, they just got a little too aggressive. Sometimes you're feeling a little bit overly confident, and you see they're already they were all the way in the spawn of Team Fish Taco for absolutely no reason. They knew that there were people there, but they didn't know how many. And I think that's where things got a little bit too hairy. Now the bomb is planted. There's just 1 player left. Nobody has some Nebulous. Doesn't know exactly where the rest of the squad of Team Fish Taco is.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, oh man is right. An opportunity for Pop House to get on the board, now gone. And this was a squad that I had mentioned at the top of the broadcast. They've been plowing through the bracket. When I say plow, they got to buy on their round of 16. Then dominated in their second matchup 13-0. And what map was that on? It was not Lotus, I believe, but
No, let me see.
but yeah, they're feeling good. You know, Ascent, that's what they were playing on.
Right.
So, granted, you know, they were on fire, feeling great, of course, as they should. But maybe the break, because they got done so quick, right? So they waited a bit to be able to meet up with Fish Taco to finish their games, and it's almost like now we're coming back. Fish Taco coming right off of a game, basically. They're warm, they're ready to go, and Pop Pals, maybe it's just Pop Pals needing to warm back up. But again, it's you know, the beginning of the round is, or beginning of the game, excuse me, isn't a complete tell to the rest of the game.
Yeah, also, you mentioned it. Team Fish Taco, they were against a very hard opponent with Wildflowers. I think like at some point I was like, oh, Wildflowers is definitely going to make it into the semis. But they gave Team Fish Taco a run for their money. And so with that amount of almost adrenaline, it brings them into this next round thinking, hey, we won the last one. It was a hard fought battle, but we got to keep going. And so the brain is in overdrive. They're taking sight, but they're taking sight, but baiting the rotations. All of Pop Pals are over onto C, while the rest of the Team Fish Taco are swimming across the ocean onto A site.
Yeah, successful plant active 4v4 for the retake. It's great util for Fish Taco on to the spike. So what do they have? They've got Breach, yeah, ready to go to get anybody off that should happen to attempt to get the defuse. Not gonna get any information.
Molly, nice time. Oh my. You were able to get the lineup there. Still alive, still buying so much time. They haven't even got a chance to touch the spike. And Luna Fox, of course, the veteran of the squad, able to finish that out. And what I'm seeing a lot here, Lucy, is over rotation. Also over aggression when they don't need to be, and also like a little bit of mistiming from one another. Like for example, that lineup there on tree shouldn't have happened. There should have been maybe like a crouch peek from someone, a jiggle peek. They already knew that there was someone there because of that breach stun. Instead, they decided to just full on swing it. Yes, they swung it together, but in that process, they lined up. So that there's just those little things that Pop Hell is doing that, I mean, they're easily fixable. All they need to do is, hey, we don't necessarily need to rotate as much. We can keep our KJ maybe over onto C site or B. Like there needs to be a little bit of agent swapperoo happening on the side of the defense, because right now it's not quite working.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the conversation that be part of the conversation that the coach of Pop Pals is having with the squad. This Steph would be proud that this timeout was taken. 0-4 as the number one seeded team in this today's bracket, seeing themselves 0-4 out the gate. So everyone's equal here. It's a good test of gunplay, team versus team, to see what can be done. I mean, you already kind of also mentioned at the top how Team Fish Taco, they're on the attacking side, and that was a really strong position for them. And it's faring just as you had predicted. So Pop Pals will have their opportunity on attack as well. In the meantime, he definitely doesn't want to be going into the second half with too huge of a gap, because that pressure can definitely affect your gameplay. We're seeing, like you said, Pop Pals, they are this time not going to overgress. They're going to sit back. This is a conversation perhaps had on the timeout.
Oh, I really like that Molly. That buys time. Oh, the double satchel though. Oh no, no damage done. This is good for Pop Pal. Oh, this is great. Able to eliminate one and buy time for the rotation. But oh my, Lucy, look at the latest lurk of them all.
Yeah.
Oh,
we see
scary.
Logic just on the flank. Oh, getting so close too, but right now the shots are definitely popping off. Lauer connecting onto two before falling to carry. Zahn is able to find us as well. Ooh, a defuse is happening right now, and there's no one in sight. Fish Taco's too close to get a hand onto the defuse, and right there, that is it. Pop House taking the integral timeout that they needed to stop the bleeding. Whatever they just conjured up and planned worked. They are now officially on the board.
Yeah, they rotated their KJ from B site over onto A site, and that molly that was originally popped there by Carrie to buy enough time for the rest of the squad to rotate over was really good. They also, Carrie waited patiently. Carrie gave up the site, said, all right, you want this site? Take it. I'm going to wait for the rest of my squad to come on over. Once they did, they were able to double swing onto Kate, who was trying to get stairs control, maybe a little bit too excited about getting an elimination there, and was punished right off the bat. I honestly strongly believe that the lurk from Logic was going to be golden. But I think it was a little bit too late.
Yeah, it took a little long. Oh, that was
above. Come on. What is that?
I mean, there must have been enough distance behind Flower where that showstopper just landed and did the splash damage didn't even affect. But wow, that was a big, unfortunate situation for Pop House. Losing one.
Player, I'm crying.
Yep. What? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, come on, it needs more damage. But hey, yeah, you're right. Pop House now needing to back things up. And if that lockdown doesn't say, hey, we're going C, I don't know what else will.
Yeah, the spike isn't even in progress of planting yet. And that lockdown, there it is. It's gone. So that's giving Pop House an opportunity now to situate, set up. But as I say that, I mean, they're all spreading themselves thin. They're all solos coming around, yes, through different avenues. But look at this. I mean, when you've got two guns pointed at one person, the odds are the two guns are going to win every time. So that's unfortunate. Pop House now finding themselves down to two players trying to get this retake, and Logic gets turned on, actually. Malibu with the connect. Wow. Great shots, but I mean, it's just not enough. I mean, they've got to get that defuse happening, right? So wasn't able to get to the diffuser, get on site. Fish Taco really held down on that really well. We do have some excellent ultimates coming up for the next round, noobs. So this one should be real spicy.
This is going to come down to, can Carrie stay alive and hold on to the site or use that lockdown to retake the site? But you talked about it in the last round. They like to spread thin. Like there was no, hey, let's swing together. Hey, let's work on this utility. They were just really rotated off here. And I really enjoy this aggression though. It's a 3-man push onto this C long. Now that they heard some gun sounds over onto B, now they're going to open the door, try to capitalize on here. Again, Team Fish Taco is amazing at baiting out rotations. But are they fortune tellers, and do they know that there's going to be 3 players running after them?
Yeah, so Fish Tacos, they sent out the Seekers, and I mean, it might have given a little information on the direction of these players, because you know that everyone's still up. It's no secret. I don't know if it was maybe a little too soon, in my opinion, but allowed the plant to go down regardless, and that's going to be the Nightfall to push back Team Fish Taco. Hopefully, you would think for Pop Pals, that's their goal. They're trying to get close to the diffuser, and it's so far working in their favor. They've got two, as they say that, actually one left for Fish Taco. What plays? Hey, sole remaining player right here going up against, again, those 2 weapons. There it is. Unfortunately, Kate does fall. And the diffuse, it's coming through so ever in time. And that's another point for Pop House.
And not just any point there, Lucy. It was a thrifty. My bad on that part. I should have known that they were thrifting. And the fact that they were able to win that thrifty has to bring them so much confidence. Not only did they just expand only 1 ultimate, they now have 3. They have that cosmic divide, which, by the way, I don't know if all you guys know, but the wall now eliminates all sound. Before, you used to be able to hear some muffles. Now it's 0 sound, no penetration going through that wall. So if they can use that to their advantage to maybe potentially ninja defuse or hold them off, not give them information over to Team Fish Taco, I think that's going to work to their advantage. But they now also have that Viper ultimate, which, looking at where Malibu is at this time, I'm wondering if that's going to get popped there and just negate any sort of aggression over onto this B site. And then the rest of the team can then buddy up and hold down either A site or B site. I don't know what we're
Yeah.
doing here, but I
So
think
it's a
we just
tech
really like
pause
me talking.
actually in this
Okay, there you go.
moment. Yeah, we're having a little technical difficulties. Should be back online here very shortly. But I think you're right. That would be my play anyways. But again, I'm no pro player or comp player. But it would make sense to block off B, right? Because when you look at the B side, there's 4 areas to come onto site. You just really feel uncomfortable, right? You're just like, where are they? When you're on an edge site like A and C, you know you've got the protection of at least a corner, a back corner, or a certain side where you know they're not coming, and you can focus your attention elsewhere. So we're going to see exactly where that Viper pit does go. Hey, speaking of, have you ever seen 2 opposing Viper pits laid on top of each other?
I have, and it drives me crazy because I'm like, Viper Inception.
Yeah, I saw it for the first time yesterday, and I was like, whoa, it's a party in there. Looking like a foam party. Everyone's coming, going in to have fun. All right,
It's
so there it is.
like a scary little session because they just pop out of nowhere. You can't even see anyone until it's like right in front of your face.
Yes. Woo.
Okay.
All right, well, here's the action. Yeah, there you go. They're blocking off the entrance to B site, and that's exactly where Fish Tacos wanted to go.
This is an instrumental round for either one of these teams. Economy-wise, if either one of these teams lose a round, they're going to be economically low, which potentially gives that chance for Pop House to regain their momentum and try to make a battle at this first half so that the second half isn't as hard for them. Like I mentioned, Team Fish Taco, for whatever reason, the last time they played Lotus, they did not have the best run on the defense. So if Pop House wants any sort of like foot up, any sort of like advantage, it would be to make sure that they are able to get some numbers here. But the over aggression there once again gets punished, and that leaves Pop House down to just 1 single player.
The gunplay is nuts on the side of Fish Taco. The accuracy, the getting the headshots and knocking them down. So this is now Carrie left the sole player of Pop House. Excuse me. Yes, I was gonna say, wait, logic? No. Colors to the brain activate. Love it. Okay. So what happened? Now, I think it's obviously, as we see that Carrie's over on A site, she's just gonna save. She's definitely not. It's not a party she's wanting to come hang out in. She's gonna chill and take that out. So, what a beautiful execution here by Fish Tacos, and I mean that's 6-2 for them. What a beautiful lead they've got.
They were so patient. They saw the ultimate and they knew that Viper had to be somewhere around there. They also knew that, hey, we can't aggress onto this unless we want to meet death, which they were like, all right, we're not going to do. So what ended up happening was you see that they continued to take control of the C main, and as they did so, that's where Pop House were like, we need information because we can't just be hiding into this Viper's pit. So as they were trying to get that information, they were caught red-handed and were like, you're not going anywhere. And then that C site just became so easily able to be overran by the rest of Team Fish Taco. So they're really great at baiting out utility, but also not making that first mistake and capitalizing. And not only that, but I mean, when you have your leading member, Luna Fox, just making sure that everything's okay and getting the eliminations, you feel on top of the world.
Flower trying to open up. Oh, Prowler. Wasn't expecting it, you know? Anyways. Lucy problems. But little skirmish at mid and nothing of it. Just baiting of or expending of some utility. Ultimate's looking fantastic for Fish Taco. Paw Pal's also coming in with a gun deficit.
Oh, man. Okay, Lucy, they just put a Nebula over onto Staircase of A, and you can already see that there was going to be a rotation happening from the B player. The Raze was already running over onto A, but then the Trailblazer came out. And so everyone's like, okay, no. They put a Nebula over there, but they're actually going to hit B. And you can see that this time around, Pop House, they're being a little bit more patient. And they're also making sure that they spam through those smokes and get rewarded.
Beautiful poison by Malibu. The push back Fish Taco on that Push, wow, beautiful swing by Millie. Connects onto one as the second escapes, and Millie falls at the hands of Logic. So Fish Taco now in a situation where it seemed that they were in the advantage, and I mean, here's one of the most excellent ultimates that you could have go down in assistance for Fish Taco to get the plant, and in action as it is. So the Cosmic Divide as well, like you had mentioned, is were they able to hear any single thing? Was any Paw Pals player in a position on the right side of that wall to hear the plant or hear any movement, if you will? Because at this point, obviously, the plant does go up to give you that notification up top, but oof, what's happening right here?
You're gonna have, but there's so much utility being thrown out. It's just down to Uppies. Has one Nebula, but I think, yeah, I can actually place it down to Pool. Is waiting for someone to go for it. Finally pulls.
Beautiful. No.
There should be enough time.
The time. She's got to run. She's got to run. You got to run if you want to get this. Oh no, the defuse happens. She does. Uppies gets the kill on the Malibu, but oh boy, Paw Pals just in a freaking just by the hair of something, anything that has hair. Wow, getting that
chinny chin
defuse.
chin.
Yeah. Are you saying I have hair on my chin? Okay.
Isn't that's the saying, right? I just know the saying, but
yeah, maybe you're right.
Oh wow, Paw Pals they made sure to hold that. It was the first holding to the half that allowed for them to get that. Oh, and they really fought for their lives. I love the lockdown that came down from Carrie. I thought that Carrie was gonna I actually didn't really have any expectations for that ultimate, but to place it there and then was so beautiful because it just made Team Fish Taco get off the site and have to fight from the mound position. So that was really, really nice. Still though, they're 3 points behind, and there's still so much more fun to be had.
Lots of fun up ahead for sure. For those just joining us, this is the Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant edition. We are in our day 2 for qualifiers. Championship Sunday is tomorrow. So the games today, they're being played for the top 3 to make it through. And right now we're seeing Millie pop off for Paw Pals, who's our #1 seed in this bracket today, going ham. Fish Tacos does fall, but it's quickly brought to 3-3 by Kate, and then Uppies decides to take it. 1v1 noob. Right now, Spike has not been planted, and that is all she wrote, actually, because Carrie said, you don't need to be doing that. This is my house, and stop coming in here and planting things. I don't like plants. Wait, who doesn't like plants? Plants are great. No,
Wait, what? I know that went south very quickly. Hold on. We love plants. We stand for plants here. You said it. Millie was able to hold down, and the back and forth. I mean, we also have to give it to Zen, who was able to flick real quickly onto Kate with that second elimination. So hey, everyone got their kills and were able to hold down to the site. So this now sends Team Fish Taco running away. This is where Paw Pals wants them to go, because look at how beautiful Haiti is set up here.
Oh no, Seekers are down for Fish Taco for this attack. Looking really good for Paw Pal. That's a good kill. There is a lockdown though for the attacking side. There is also a showstopper on the defensive side.
Oh my. Wait, I'm confused why the rotation hasn't fully came through here. From our friend Uppies. Uppies still over at C. Ooh. Okay, Zan's just gonna take it. Zan's like, I'm going in. There is no stopping me now.
The ace? Going for the ace. That's knocking 4 off. From Fish Talks doesn't get the ace, but Millie, the teammate, follows through, is able to find Uppies, take him down. And now it's a 5-6 noob. It's, it was looking a little grim at the beginning, and Paw Pals has been able to claw back to almost a tie here.
I think you're right. They did need that kind of reset, that momentum. They needed to wake up because, I mean, going 13-0, taking a break, probably relaxing. I don't know. If I was on a break, I'd probably be like drinking, going to the restroom, eating some food, like not really quite in that like gotta go mentality. So now that they're like, oh, okay, now it's time to fight. Now they're like, okay, we're ready.
Hmm. All right, let's see if Millie's going to pop up again, or what's gonna
Just
happen, because I
trying
mean,
to
if yeah, because Fish Taco does have 3 ultimates, but those don't matter if you're not alive. Be heavily guarded by Paw Pals, and it's a showdown. It's just a standoff right here. Both teams seeing, okay, which one's going to come first? Is our Paw Pals going to come on out when they weren't invited, or in this case, now we're seeing they're going to decide to sit back. I think that's a good call, because you had mentioned it earlier about how Paw Pals was over-aggressing a lot, and they were kind of not really, it wasn't to their advantage. In most cases, they were losing those. Because it's expected. You see that Fish Taco's holding back. They're waiting. They've got the line of sight. All you got to do is round that corner, and then you're done. But Paw Pals doesn't know exactly where Fish Taco are. So they're the ones that have to guess. So it's a real big gamble for Paw Pals to make that call. So smart that they decided to go stay back, do the job of being defenders, as the spike is making a play for C-Site.
Yeah, they're working to retake site together. They need to be worried about that mid player who's just coming around and waiting around. I can't for the life of me right now think of who's that pro player that continuously lurk time after time. But anyways, Luna Fox gets punished. The Cosmic Divide Inception is coming down, as well as a lockdown. There's so many utilities being thrown out here. I mean, the fact that you can't see Summer and still alive is insane to me as well. And back and forth they go, and like you said, Paw Pals coming to hang out. They weren't invited, but they're gonna make themselves at home.
Yeah, no, Millie popped off. There it was. Now it's a tie, 6-6. It's the new game going into the half, but now this time Paw Pals are on attack. So this is their opportunity to take, run away with the rounds in a similar fashion that Fish Taco did. And I think Paw Pals could do it if they wanted to, because they've got the momentum. It's Fish Taco, however, of course, they're definitely also very heightened, right? When they're not too far down. They've had some great rounds, but tied up. See what Paw Pals can do. See if that fade and support the squad.
So looking at the team composition here for Team Fish Taco, they're, again, going to be using that KJ to hold down a site alone, which, okay, you can definitely just rely on the utility to hold back for some time being. But what's going to be important is making sure that they're playing off of those nebulas and those pulls and those stuns to make sure that they're able to get some eliminations before Paw Pals get themselves onto the site. And all those pain shells, they do damage.
They do damage for sure. That's not helping assist 2 players off the map of Paw Pals.
Bring them down.
Initial attack not going so great out the gate so far. Oh no.
Spike down B.
Oh my. Carrie, I'm scared for you. Yep. Malibu, last one. Oh, it seemed really good. Okay. Oh man, that feels bad.
That literally shot the doggo in the face. It felt like it just shut it down immediately. And clearly, Fish Taco player was pretty low on health.
Oh gosh. Malibu's stuck in a pickle here. Doesn't know it though. Okay, that's a really nice jiggle peek. Uppies, you gotta run! Okay, there's no running.
It's a 1v1 just like that, dude. Malibu with 3K, now in Spike hand, planting it. And you can see that Luna Fox is not super close. So they both obviously don't know exactly where each other are. But Paw Pals, we see Malibu in a beautiful position, full health, with Luna coming in very little. It's probably about 30%. Okay, that's good idea. Indicator for Malibu on where Luna's coming from, and there it is, and that's freaking Ghost doing what it's been doing that whole round. 4K for Malibu, and also the lead. This is their first lead for the game. Paw Pals coming in strong.
Paw Pals said, yo, Malibu, you're gonna have to clutch it out for us to continue our winning streak. They're on a 5-run winning streak, 5-round winning streak here. They are showing no signs of stoppage because now they also have the weapons to back it up, right? They're like, okay, we can get 2 and then continue to build off of that. Even though Team Fish Taco managed to get those 2 initial kills, They continuously gave 1v1s. That's a simple only reason why Malibu was able to really clutch that round out. So now, into this next round, they gamble stacked this A site, but that's not even where Pop Pal's going. At least not for now.
We do have the KJ turret watching B site. That'll give some intel to the squad if any advancements are made by Fish Taco. Oh, but you see a sneaky rotation coming out from Fish Taco as well. They're going to keep pushing forward and trying to meet Pop Pals where they are. And just like that in pure Valorant timing, Pop Pals rotating over to C site as the players off of A site for the defensive side are now in enemy territory.
And there's nothing to let them know that they're going to get flanked. They're just going to need to play off of the contact, and the contact's going to be carry, peeking out mound. Now that they know, look, the rest of the squad of Pop Pals are like, we're coming to the rescue. But the stun is so beautiful in the shots. You said it before. They connect so good here for Team Fish Taco.
Pop Pals coming out on top. 3 players remaining, and that's summertime cleaning it up. 8-6, feeling good. Yes.
It was a good train of thought. All right, I have to give it to Team Fish Taco. You're like, okay, they're running. They're not going to expect us to be able to flank them, but they did also have the weapon disadvantage. So I'm going to give it to that. I think had it been the other way around, had they had some good weaponry, they would be able to have got that round. But still, the run continues here for Pop Pal. 2 rounds ahead when they were not even looking at any dubs from the get-go. Now they're feeling really good. And they're also aggressing the site very quickly.
Yeah,
with just actually 1 player.
Oh, Pop Pals didn't even full buy up. They had the money. They decided to save. I would assume this Viper's Pit is being heavily leaned into for the side of Pop Pals. So plant happening, great position. You see the entirety of Pop Pals within the Viper's Pit, waiting for their opponents to walk through. It's Fish Taco having a heck of a time, separated up, and then again, that 3 squad coming through on the flank.
I think that's the thing. They're like, if we have 3 people, we're gonna be fine. And you talked about people playing inside the Viper's Pit. That's what I love to see. It irks me every time there's a Viper's Pit and nobody's in it. It's like, this is such a good spot to be in because you could be so sneaky. And sneaky indeed. Oh my, Malibu gets 1, but traded off. And it is down to Team Fish Taco being able to finally get an answer.
Ooh, is there enough time? There is. There is. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Just milliseconds. Incredible. What timing. With the meeting each other. I mean, imagine they all went in to the Viper's Pit. Like you had mentioned, you can't see much in front of you. It's not like you can really get too much of a leg up on your opponents. They're in your face. And it was just like able to get Malibu down with the Viper's Pit, so that Viper's Pit falling, and it's everyone falling at the same time. The Fish Taco deciding or having to take that round. Good for them.
Yeah, this is gonna help them continue. They moved a little bit of the KJ utility around, or I think they just placed an extra grenade over onto that B side to make sure that there's a little bit more support going out there for uppies. That stun gives information and sends the rest of Pop Pals over onto A site. You're gonna run into that same combination, which is a smoke, your movement bot, and your grenade. But, oh, I just realized they continue to break this B connector wall just in case they need to help retake the site together. Usually people leave it and, you know, break it if things need be, but the fact that they were able to break it off the get-go, that helps them retake the site with the Seekers already activated.
Ooh, a Nightfall does captivate 1 opponent. Spike is ticking away. Fish Taco, they do have all 5 up. And I mean 4. That's what I really meant to say. They've got definitely a lot of work ahead of them. It's beautiful positioning by Logic, but wasn't able to get the pick onto the opponent. Falls. And now it's Fish Taco with 2 players left. Having to make this defuse. Looks like they're going to forego that option. Keep the guns and move it into the next round, but who's okay? So Flower choosing to go ahead and ask for 1. Okay, so a couple more drops. Gonna go ahead and clean up Paw Pals, but it is a Paw Pal victory as the diffuser, or the spike, excuse me, is detonated.
Economy-wise, that was a very expensive round. I mean, just looking at them, they're like, okay, what do we do? Do we full on buy? Do we save for next round? It looks like we're gonna invest into this, except for, okay, I was gonna say except for Malibu, but no, they're gonna go for it. Light shields and 1 Spectre. I think the whole light shield and a weapon comes from Fnatic. Fnatic made that popular. People are like, yeah, if I can just say my shots, easy peasy. We can do it.
And these players definitely can hit their shots. It's virtually as if you've got to catch somebody not paying attention, because everybody is so great with the gunplay. But it's you just hear the birds chirping in the background. We're just chilling for our next round.
Change of momentum. I like it. As they should. They've been a little bit... Pop Pals were like, pounds? Yes. We shall do that. This time, they're gonna be the hidden kittens. I just think cats. I'm sorry. Paws, kitten paws. I don't know. All right, I got a new cat, and that's all I think about now.
Oh, okay. We're gonna have to talk about that later. But Flower is gonna go ahead and get first blood onto Paw Pals. That's Paw Pals trying to make this attack. Moving it now into information onto B's site, able to take Luna down. And B is free. B is free. You see Fish Taco scrambling to make it onto site.
Oh.
That's gonna be another. Oh god.
Wait.
Oh my god, what? Logic? Oh my gosh. This is something that we kind of seen a little bit yesterday and thought, I mean, you can't do that, right? You can't be snaked up like that. You can't be back behind each other, following one in front of the other for this very reason. That was a massive capitalization from the side of Fish Taco. Wow.
They also were like, okay, we don't want B. They didn't want B, even though they, like you stated, it was free. They didn't want it though. They wanted to make sure that they ran all the way over to C, and little did they know that Luna Fox was nice and ready. I believe it was Luna Fox. It could have been another player. But they were locked, ready to go, and an easy 3K there to be eliminated. So I think it's sometimes you beat your own self by thinking like, oh no, we don't want to do this. We should do this instead. I think that was a set of maybe a little bit too overzealous. Unfortunate though, because they really need that round, and now they're down to just 1 single sheriff in the hands of Zahn. And I did give kudos at the beginning of the match to Zahn for popping off on that Jet and that 13-0. Can they continue to keep their team in the lead and even stretch out that lead a little bit more?
I'll find you.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that Paw Pals couldn't take that previous round, and they're having to save up this round, as you had mentioned. They do have that extra lead to be able to provide for that. They're going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. They definitely need to get that economy back in order to get moving forward more productively. But Fish Taco, man, like I said, the gunplay, they're just not going to let Paw Pals do anything. Spike is in hand, and Millie has to make sure that the defuse doesn't happen. It's going through, able to get 1. Is exposed though. Gonna make a full body swing, goes down for it, and that's a 9-9. Fish Taco tying it up. Love to see it.
They're fighting. That's a big fish. It must be like a shark or a megalodon. Some really big fish that puts up a really big fight. Because they're not giving up. And the fact that like 3 people were holding Millie for that swing, and still 1 goes down, that speaks volumes for Millie. Unfortunately, that classic can only do so much damage. Now, though, this is going to be their chance to use up that KJ ultimate. And I'm really excited to see where this is going to go, because I think KJ ultimates are really effective mid, but they could also be just as effective on C side, where we saw Fish Taco consistently go every time they had that KJ ult. So I guess they're gonna keep going their slow mode.
Yeah. So much util. Protecting C and B. Cosmic Divide ready for both sides. But what Fish Taco doesn't have is a lockdown. Pop House hoping to get with that. Tons of info. Give it over to Fish Taco on that blind. So full squad movement over to A side. And it's looking good, right? Whatever they were doing previous, Fish Taco kind of fell forward a little bit, and now they've decided, wait, no, something's not right.
You are divided.
No. Yeah, I like this Cosmic. They're gonna be planting for this A main control.
30 seconds left.
They are not only gonna meet with one person flanking them. If they're able to get that person and then just continue to hold on to this tree control, it's going to be so much help. But Logic is not missing anything. Yeah. A little bit of information gathered there. Still though, this is such a choke point here, Lucy.
Ooh, the swing of the door, the swing of the weapons, bodies falling to the ground in summertime. Sole player remaining for Pop House, having to do the most. Unable to do so, falls at the hands of Flower. So Fish Taco taking their lead right on back. I think they were just trying to be nice. Let Pop House check it out, see what it's like to have the lead. Just swooped it right back. So that's enough. And a timeout coming through for Pop House.
It's a low carrot. This is what it tastes like, but you're not gonna have it. And I just noticed this, and I apologize to chat. Chat's probably like, hello, you're probably not noticing this, but Pop House have no sort of flashes. They have, I guess, a semi information with that fade, but they don't have any flashes, which really would have helped them in that situation where they were in this like choke point, right? Maybe you flash out of the switch of a main and then you're able to really capitalize on Logic. But the fact that Logic was able to get 2 kills there that was it. It was over for Pop House, especially just having that little space of the site was really bad. But hey, I mean, it's okay, right? You said it. They were able to find that lead once again. All they need to do is waste the utility of Fish Taco. I don't see enough baiting of utility. We saw that a lot when Team Fish Taco was on attack. They were consistently making sure that smokes were coming out, flashes, stuns, you name it. They were using up the utility of Pop House to then attack onto a site. I'm not seeing that quite enough for Pop House.
Yeah, I would wonder if, as we had brought up at the beginning with the fade choice by Pop House, that foregoed, I believe, the opportunity for flashes there.
Oh man, Luna's feeling it. And with the help of the rest of the squad, there's no chance there for Zan.
Take hold. Bring them down.
And look, there's literally no utility being sent back there. Just until that point. Team Fish Taco said, okay, we'll just use our Rolling Thunder.
Wow. That Rolling Thunder really messed things up for Pop House. You see, as well as Sky's blinds, it just, Pop House didn't fare well in that engagement on that push they wanted to make. However, in this moment, they are 1 woman up. So these numbers do help, and that's all she wrote. Carrie finding the last 2 players of Fish Taco and bringing it back. You know, they said, listen, we liked what it felt like to have the lead, and we are really wanting that. So thanks. Give it back over to us. I mean, it's just a battle back and forth.
I'm going to be real. I am so confused as what to happen there in mid. They had the stuns. And then I don't know what happened there. I saw a kill, and then after that, my brain went, oh, okay, Team Fish Taco is got it. And then Pop House were like, surprise, pounce attack. We're still in it. Economy still being rebuilt here. And it looks like they're also going to be working towards that Viper's Pit as well. But the C site, if they just get rid of that utility, which right here is going to do the trick, they're
Ooh,
going to get
better.
this site for free.
Yeah, better unload that soon. Not finding
Wait, the Prowler
anybody.
didn't hit. You have no idea
Whoa.
that Logic is there.
Spike planted.
Wow,
Oh,
what
they're
a
holding very forward.
I was gonna say what a strong positioning here by Pop Pals. Definitely defending this spike with their entire lives. Able to get Fish Taco down to 2 players. And Logic able to try to close it up, tighten up those numbers. Gonna go for the defuse as Logic goes in. I was gonna say Logic gets unpunished for a hot second, but here it is. It's 1v2. It's unfortunate because of Spike. This may be good, but it's not. And even so, there may not have been enough time to get the defuse happening. Another round. That's Pop House. Now they're going to take that lead. And Noob yesterday was really, going off of the 11-11 Make-A-Wish. So maybe I'll get my 11-11 this time. We shall see. But Pop House would rather not have that happen, of course. They want to continue on with that lead. They want to finish this up right here, right now. And they do have a couple of excellent ultimates ready to go moving forward.
I feel like every time I look at the ultimate list, Summertime has their ultimate. I mean, mind you, 19 and I believe was 6 there on the board is an insane score for your fade to half. That lockdown, that Nightfall is back in action once again, and they have found the secret here, Lucy May, and the secret is C is for cool kids and something else that starts with C. So they are gonna just continue to go there.
Lots of cats.
Oh, cats, yes.
Yes.
We stand for cats.
Yeah. Beautiful plant, and it's protected by the Viper's Pit. So it's Pop Hal's round to lose, though they do lose a player, able to even the numbers up. Aids on taking out puppies. This is a
Again,
difficult
that
time.
aggressive hole too.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
I wish my Marshall did that.
Logic having... Oh, the turret! The turret doing some damage, allowing Summertime to be able to clean that up. Look at this. We are at match point now. Pop Pals have had a dire start to the match. And now they're seeing themselves one round away from winning this this map. This is them. They're going to be able to advance. So this is a best of 1. And one of these teams will be sent down to the third place bracket.
I mean, not the worst place to be, right? If we're being honest, Lucy. If you get top 3, you're still in the championship. You're still on that run, but obviously you want to be seated higher so that when you go into the seeding, because I'm assuming, and correct me here if I'm wrong, Lucy, but your seeding matters in championships.
Yeah, you'll get yourself a bye, first round bye for the top 2 teams.
All right. That's a big one. You're like, I get to relax. I get to check out the competition. I get to scout. Hey, I'm going to watch your gameplay. How do you do? And so far, Fish Taco is not ready to be eaten just quite yet. They're going to fight for their life.
So, Pop Pal's in a good position with that plant. Oh, wait. I thought it was down. Carry wants to make sure this plant goes in as expected, but they're going to have to rotate. They're going mad rush over to A site. Currently free. 2 remaining players for Fish Taco. Ooh, this could be it. Unless Fish Taco are able to get those, isolate these fights and get those shots landed. So a lockdown, which is going to hold Fish Taco off even longer from making this play. And then at that point, the spike becomes an extra enemy. Because you've got to think about it. And that is something you've got to execute on. And here it is, Summertime, bringing it down to 1 remaining player for Fish Taco. Logic has to do something, can't fall back, finds one, is unable to stay alive, falls to the hands of Millie, and that's all she wrote here for Lotus Map on the first matchup of the day here for Supergirl Gamer Pro. That's going to be Pop Pals advancing on. Wow. I honestly didn't know which way this was going to go after the game had actually started, but as we had maybe talked about at the top of the show, it was a Pop Pals victory here as it was initially expected.
Yeah, I think that at the start of the match, we were like, okay, they're just warming up, right? They haven't played, they're getting their bearings once again. And it was after that technical pause that they went on a 6-round, like nonstop. They were like, win, 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 win. Finally, Team Fish Talk was like, okay, I think we have the answer. We just got to do this. If we stop this player, we can make it work. And there was that little bit back and forth, right? We even got to like 10-10. After that 10-10 mark, Paw Pals, I was going to say Paw Patrol because, you know, there's a show called Paw Patrol. Anyways, I have siblings, okay? That's why I know that show. I don't watch it, I promise. I don't watch it.
I do. What if I did? Anyways, moving forward.
The point is that after that point, it was like a full-on, we're going to execute the C site and we're just going to overtake it. Why? Because there was only one player that consistently held that C site. They figured out the secret sauce and they were able to come out with the victory, and they did it nicely, I think.
Yeah, that secret sauce tastes good. So let's take a look at what this game does to the bracket, how the games have gone so far, what we've got looking forward to up ahead. So as you see there at the middle, the semis, Pop Pals 13-10 over Fish Taco. So they're going to advance. They're in the final for today, waiting for the winner of Bankai and Mercury Pink. That is going to be our next matchup on the broadcast. I'm really excited to see how that goes. So Mercury Pink, I believe, was in our qualifier yesterday. Bankai being a new squad signing up for today. So this matchup should be great. I see some excellent returning players, familiar players, I should say, and excited to see how that is going to fare. So you guys, grab some water, grab a tea, see you, and we're gonna have some more spicy action after this commercial break, so don't go too far. We'll see you just very shortly.
This all-new Aria is an elegant EV.
Yeah, with 389 horsepower. And all-wheel drive.
It's beautiful.
It's a beast
It's electric.
with an edge.
Oh, let's go with that.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant series, and we are here ready to go for our second semifinals between Mercury Pink and was that Bankai? Yes, and we're gonna get there. We're doing it. The day has started. This is our second matchup of the day. So it's a best of one until we hit the grand final, which is up next, and that's Paw Pals waiting for the other opponent. And that's going to be whoever wins this following matchup, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the teams. Let's take a look at our players that have arrived today on these two fantastic squads. So what do you know about it? Tell us some good stuff, Noob.
So Bankai has some players who are in Misfits Black, and then some more players who have been around the scene with teams like Sanrio's, Exit. So they've been around. So Bankai is a team of, I would say, very OG players. As on the side of Mercury Pink, I know that Angel and Kurozu used to be on Overkill, and they actually just played against their ex-teammates. So it must feel really nice to, come up on top with some new faces such as Jen and Cass. I believe as well. These are all very OG players. They've been in teams like Gen G, Immortal, so they have that competitive edge to them. So this honestly is going to be an insane matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, I am looking forward to it as well. I mean, these matchups on the Supergirl Gamer broadcast have been so spicy. It's been incredible to watch these squads come in, being able to have the space to show us what they've got, get to see these gamers live happening on the stream. So some Steph was saying yesterday was maybe it's not the greatest. Some might forego an event, a tournament so close to game changers, but don't want to give up the strats or what have you, but also a huge proponent for coming anyhow and practicing the strats and your chemistry, or see what works, what doesn't work. This is where maybe the grounds of testing out some new ideas that are completely different, where you would not want to be able to do that once you're really live in for the big grand cash that the Game Changers does provide. So we're here, we're excited. And I didn't say fantastic this time, but by having said that sentence, I just did. So we're gonna have a great matchup, as Noob had said. I'm really excited. We're gonna get this down. And you guys, I know we're gonna change it up with some Lotus. Massive change up. Massive. Obviously the same map as previous, if you didn't get the joke. I wish we had a laugh track. I could just press that and then you would get that it was a joke. But anyhow, how are we feeling about that? We're going to see Lotus again, and two new teams coming through with some compositions of their own.
I'm excited. I like the fact that we're getting two different maps. I want to see what their own personal takes on it are. Just for some reference for you guys, previously we had the last team go double initiator. We also had double controller. So what we're seeing right now is a double initiator for the side of Mercury Pink, and on the side of Bankai, they're still kind of figuring out here, but I do see the Viper. Oh, I see the Astra. I personally love Astra because I think Astra could be so well used and combinated with such as the Rays or any other agent that has some explosiveness to it, like KJ as well. So we'll see what happens here.
Oh, we sure will see what happens. Excited to see how this goes down. I love to see, we've got the Reyna making a show. I feel like back in the day, it was just the Reyna show, and then she kind of went a little dark. But Soto bringing it out for the squad. Yeah.
I am surprised to see that Reyna. It's like, oh.
Select your agent.
Reyna's just consistently there, I feel like. It's that consistent friend you can hang around.
Yeah. She's a good friend. So she brings some blinds as well, along with Sky.
Yeah.
And it looks like both sides now, they've got flashes going down, so there's going to be no deficit with that. I mean, but we did just see Paw Pals win without flashes. We were concerned for that for a hot second, but they made it work. But you had some feels about the Reyna, and there's Chamber. So what are you feeling about the combo with that for the squad going into Lotus?
It's an overall retake of what everyone else just brought, right? We're seeing the Jet, we're seeing the Reyna. We're not seeing a Fade come out, and we're also not seeing, who am I missing here? I think aside from that, that's the new faces coming in. So the one thing about Chamber personally is that he's not really like your traditional Sentinel, kind of like KJ, where you're like, all right, I'm gonna leave my utility there and I'm gonna go ahead and find out what's happening over onto this other site. Or if there needs to be an extra body, my utility's got it. It's fine. The one thing about Chamber is you want to use it as a more aggressive agent, such as getting the first blood, such as peeking those really uncomfortable angles. I don't really see Chamber as an agent who's going to be able to just hold sight alone. And you already see this. There's that support of the sky around the corner while that off angle is there.
Oh, the defensive side, yeah, netting some positive numbers in that initial engagement. Supercat looking for the intel, does get a little bit. See how much they're going to invest in that info. So the Spike's going to go ahead and rotate over towards the C side, where the fantastic and lovely Reyna is waiting for them. Kaz on the Mercury Pink side, having taken a lot of damage from that initial, but at least still alive. So Smoke's online, and oh, but that was enough for the come through of dropping. Oh no, Panda also finding one. Now it's just Mercury Pink all alone down to Angel.
The rotation's already there. That was a good initial thought there by Mercury Pink to be like, okay, let's rotate over to C. And they did kind of have the advantage because there was only one person onto the site. There was just that really awkward like peek off of that smoke that led to like the downfall of Mercury. Now just having one person, probably just looking for those 1v1s at this point, trying to help the economy out for the following rounds. I mean, could also go for the orbs because we know how like helpful that Viper's Pit is, but I think they're looking for this plant. Going forward, though, I think there needs to be a little bit more usage of whether it's a flash or whether it's a blind. But Angel, okay, there's not enough time though.
Oh, that was epic.
At least the damage was there. Money.
I would not have expected. I mean, what incredible! Wow. That the number one on the scoreboard just is, it doesn't exist just in general. Like I think both sides won. It was just such a, I mean, obviously the time ran out, so technically it's a Bankai dub for the first round. That's going to set them up nice as you see that they're going to be buying up into some nice and lovely weapons. Mercury Pink have to go on the attack with their pistols.
They do have a sheriff. I wonder if they all have sheriffs. It sounds like, yeah. Maybe was that a classic? I'm trying to distinguish sounds here.
I think there are a lot of mostly classics, I feel, on the attacking side.
There was that original pick off of this A site, which now causes Bankai to have a little bit more of a stretch on things.
Here.
We do have 3 players over onto the A. They're still making sound onto this C site, maybe baiting out rotations. Yeah, the Spike quickly going over onto A site with just 1 player onto it. This is going to be a really good take if they can get themselves onto the site and plant the bomb.
Yeah, you see Bankai not exactly knowing where Mercury Pink are going. Mercury Pink haven't full committed to A just yet, but that is definitely where they want to end up. Everyone gets in position. Yeah. Soto connects onto one. But the Spike is in play. 4v4 for the retake. That was almost going to be good for Mercury, but now it's just a matter of finding the fights here, right? And numbers
1 enemy remaining.
were even for a hot second, but then it's Bankai going for the defuse and have the better weapons. Wait.
I saw the vision there.
That could have gone either way as well.
Yeah,
But that
the vision
Spectre,
was
obviously.
the right click landed at the perfect time. Unfortunately, that right click never came through, and Depende was on it.
Yeah, it was unfortunately a gun diff there at the end. But, well, way to hang in there, though, for Mercury Pink. It was a beautiful execution, nonetheless. And now an opportunity for them to bring it, get on the scoreboard.
I just noted. Oh no, I didn't. Yes, I kind of did. They almost have a mirror matchup, except for 2 other agents. There's a Jet and the KJ. They took that chamber. That's gonna be the big question mark. Who's gonna be the momentum shifter? Is it gonna be the Reyna? Is it gonna be the KJ? Is it gonna be the chamber? Potentially for these teams so far. Bankai is able to hold on till the very end, even though, as you stated, things got a little bit too hairy last time around. Oh my! No patience. Still, though, rewarded. Scary Shark takes one for their troubles.
Slow push.
Compared to the last match here, Lucy, they're a little bit more aggressive on both ends.
You love to see it. That's when these squirrely plays happen. Spike is gonna take a quick teleport over to A site, all alone. So plant fully secured as Jen is going to keep Bankai guessing at mid. There it is. They know the spike's at play. I'm not exactly sure where it is. Pandy able to find Jen. And so now Kaz with the time on their side. Will need the time on their side. 3 players of Bankai rounding this corner all together. So I already discussed about how 1v2 weapons is not a great situation, but 1v3? Beautiful line. Very smart. Gave an opportunity to isolate fights, but unfortunately, Doggo kind of put a little squirm into that situation, and the defuse successful for Bankai. And that's the lead. 3-0. Mercury Pink struggling to get on the board.
Well, we are seeing a complete opposite of what it is like to do on defense, right? Last time, we saw Paw Patrol having a hard time on the defense. Now, Bankai's like, no, this is really how you play the defense. You're aggressive here, you flank at this time, and you're flanking together. And this attackers, they're having a hard time. I can't really put my fingers specifically on what it is that's not working. I think just the kills are not going in their favor is what I'm seeing right now.
Soto over-aggresses and is able to secure 2 kills before falling themselves. That's Mercury Pink in an instant. As I'm saying that, down to 2. Panda A is trying to dwindle those numbers even further. So Mercury Pink taking a lot of damage, having to reposition themselves, figure out what the play is. It is in their favor, however, if they wanted to take these 1v1s, 2v1s.
Yeah, this should definitely be a 2v1. They're just, I think that it feels like they're second guessing themselves a little bit here. Like, should we hit this? Should we not? Okay, they have decided to do so. The crosshair is there, Lucy. You have the crosshair.
Oh.
One enemy
Right, the
remaining.
Bankai does no, but oh.
C.
Andy knocking one off before falling themselves. Now Angel
Sound.
having to do the most. Dwindles it down to a 1v2. Very little health though, and so that's gonna be Tasty, able to knock Angel out and just continue their lead. This feels good, man, if you're a Bankai.
It does indeed. You have momentum. You have ultimates. You almost have that Viper's Pit as well, and that's gonna make 3. I mean, I'm looking forward to see how Panday uses that from the shadows. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on that for sure. But as far as the Reyna, I'm expecting, and just from seeing the lineup here, be ready for a W key moment here, Lucy.
I can't wait.
Ready, set, go.
Ooh, a full-on battle. You love to see it. Get the trades happening out the gate. Mercury Pink, though, finding themselves up one woman over Bankai. And it's just like that, dwindled all the way down to Tasty for Bankai. 4 players up for Mercury Pink on this push over to A site as Tasty scrambles to get to site. And let's see what a chamber can do.
Spike planted.
Make things happen. Mercury Pink with a massive opportunity. Get on the board. This is their round to lose for sure.
Oh, yeah. Already so low into the hands of Kaz. And I talked about this a lot before in the previous match, but it's like capitalizing on the mistake of your opponents. The mistake there from Bankai was wanting to W key. What did Mercury Pink do? They held on strong. They used their utility. There was lots of blinds. There was, I believe, some smokes being thrown out there too, and they were able to get that woman advantage, as you stated. So you just keep rolling with that. You keep rolling with, hey, where are they overextending? Because Bankai is overextending, and if they don't get those eliminations, then that's the perfect timing for Mercury to put a stump on their plans. A site once again is going to be the desired site, but they're stopped with that poisonous cloud. Doesn't stop Kurozu though. Able to get that first blood.
Mercury Pink feeling good. Finally on the board. They are part of the game. Oh, Super Cat able to find Kurozu just in a blink of an eye. So that's gonna be the plant going down and supported by the Viper's Pit. Huge for Mercury Pink in this moment.
Scary flanking. That Viper's Pit is giving them time. But how long can they stand there for? So much utility being thrown out there.
Last player standing.
Oh my. Okay. All right. Well, we do have Bankai giving up the space, relying on just on just one single retake there. And although that Viper's Pit was good, I feel like they maybe peaked out a little bit too much on that. I mean, that's where the capitalization was. Thankfully, though, we do still have some money in the bank here from Mercury Pink. So they're able to buy up. I mean, it looks like Kurosu's just going to rely on that Blade Storm to have them go forward. They continue to hit this A site. And they do get the space, but what happens is on the post plant, that's where things aren't going up to plan. So let's see how they switch it up here, Lucy.
All right. Blade Storm. Activated. Oh, able to miss. Get missed. But a lot of intel gained nonetheless. And a beautiful Blade Storm. Unfortunately, Super Cat was making cabbages. Didn't have her weapon out. So,
Spike planted.
plant is successful.
It is indeed. And they have the numbers. So this is going to be just a hold. I do not quite like the position here. Being held off by Kurozu because there was there was no one really crossfiring with that. So now Panday's creating so much havoc onto the side with the help of Tasty, who's got an op in the hand but still being aggressive. Wait a minute.
The spike is diffused.
That is guts right there, Lucy. You have an op and you're like, I'm charging forward. No problem.
You need guts in competition. And it worked out. Look at that. So, Chamber online, ready to go with a tour de force for Bankai. But a timeout is going to come through.
Yeah, this is a good time. I mean, that's a lot of momentum going forward to the hands of Bankai, who's literally just waiting for you to plant and then retaking just as quickly with the flashes, with the smokes. I mean, I was a little bit skeptical about Soto on the Reyna, but they're doing their job. They're getting the eliminations, they're getting the space, and they're retaking the site. And the fact that even though they're not hitting Soto's site, but Soto's able to get there so quickly, it speaks volumes on the communication that's happening there for Bankai. Now, Mercury Pink, they want to hit the A site. Why do they want to hit the A site? It's because the only player that is quote unquote on site is Super Cat with the Sky. But in reality, the rotation happens so quickly that even though, yes, there is only one player, the rest of the squad is there within seconds. So they're having a hard time holding it on the retake. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. They need to get the first blood, potentially even that second kill, and then aggress onto a site. Because otherwise, yes, even though they're getting the plant money, they're not really capitalize on anything after the fact.
Yeah, I would wonder. Neither side has a raise. And I feel like the nades and what have you are really great for not only, offensive pushes, but also defensive side as well. But I mean, in this case for Mercury, I believe that those rays could help stop Reyna a bit better.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, just looking at the board, Kurozu's doing their job, but you want your jet to be on fire, like literally. Not. I know you were saying you're having something on your end, but I mean, like fire, like getting the eliminations, creating that space. Even though yes, there is a little bit of space, I don't feel like Kurozu is having like that impact that you want your duelists to make as much. Mine, it's still the beginning. I'm not saying like Kurozu isn't about to pop off because I strongly believe there's just that one round where things just connect and after that it's like a full flow. But they need to find it. And it needs to be quick because 6-1 is not a good place to be, especially on your attacking side.
Yeah, you're right with that. Mercury Pink having the advantage in their favor, and it's not working out actually in their favor. And for those of you that are wondering what's happening, we're in a tech pause currently, so this should be coming to a close very shortly. But yes, Bankai's comp is definitely working out for him. Because Mercury Pink, I mean, they beat out Overkill Black to get here, and we watched them yesterday. Overkill just crush it. We were very impressed with their gameplay and the fact that Mercury Pink plowed through I mean, I shouldn't say plowed, but they worked through that to get here is huge. Unfortunately, they find themselves 5 points down now versus Bankai, and probably it obviously doesn't feel good. And having to figure out what exactly is going to go down. And it wasn't the same map, I believe, for their previous matchup. I'm not 100% sure, actually, now that I think about it. So, but yeah, look at that. Chamber combed his hair. It's very nice. I like it.
He looks good.
He looks good.
He's feeling good. So no, it was actually they were on Bind, their previous map. So
and it was close.
It was. So they've had a lot. I mean, there's also that potential of okay, I've had a long day, or in reality, what could be really it is that they're not finding the loophole. They're not finding the correct timing to Benkai. Benkai just seems to be all over the place at the right time, and every single shot is connecting and doing it. And it's not like it's just one single player for Benkai. As we look at the scoreboard, it's everyone putting in their damage, putting in their kills. It's everyone working at full cylinders. So it's when you meet a team, it could be like it's just their day. They're effective.
You're right. On days, off days, and when you have an off day, I mean, it's off. It's tough to get out of that. Not saying that Mercury Pink is off, but this is whatever is happening right here. These compositions are in favor for Bankai as well as the gunplay. So it looks like we've got another pause happening. Maybe the other side took a tech pause. But
you're like double pause. Just keep talking.
I want to hear the in-game voice say that. Double pause. Ooh, I thought I heard the time tick for a second, but I didn't. And anyhow,
so.
yeah,
we're still here chilling.
We're chilling. But what could it be? What can Mercury Pink do? Like besides the gun play, right? That Mercury Pink may find themselves down. Bankai doesn't have to do a whole lot being on the defensive side. So Mercury Pink having to do the most to make the moves onto site, Bankai being able to hold them off very well. In what way can Mercury Pink with their composition make a hole in Bankai's strats?
Stop hitting A. As I see 2 players of Mercury Pink heading over to A. Don't hit A. I'm just kidding. I think just baiting out utility. Having late lurks, not committing to just one. You already see a smoke being sent out from the mid.
I cringe every time you say smoke.
And the rotation as well. So they kind of already took what I said, and now they're starting with the utility. Tasty has been spotted, has done some damage, needs to reset. But look how quickly the rotation's already coming in here for Bankai. And still, they don't give up the site. So they're going to need a fight for the site. Is it worth it? They do have the weapon disadvantage if they're able to get rid of this player. Nope.
Oh, what a
Crew's already here.
yeah, Super Cat with the great Overwatch. Man. Great positioning for Bankai, and that just really dwindled Mercury Pink's plays right there, right? It was... Maybe the thing is Mercury Pink is a little predictable, perhaps. They hit a site, you see them present, and in most cases, they're gonna keep pushing through. And so
they
Bankai...
tried a little fake there with the guiding light over onto A, but then they realized that there were so many players C, but they continued to hit the site. It's like they want to... It's like, I want it this way, and when there's like a blockage to it, they're not willing to redirect themselves. I think the redirection needs to happen a little bit more often.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Bankai's just feeling themselves. I mean, the fact that you have Tasty just full-on re-peeking an angle with zero fear, they're in the flow.
Oh, absolutely. And you see Mercury Pink doing exactly what you wish they wouldn't do, and it's going to be a full send onto A site. Going to find Panday at mid, trying to interject, get involved. Oh, wow, Kurosu falling though. We're going to get some trades, and it's still scrambled to get the spike on site. Spike not even in play yet.
So much utility. I mean, the Viper's wall is not even up, but there is some smokes. Angel's doing what I said, which was also like, take up space, right? You want as much space as possible. And they're actually redirecting here, Lucy. They're not going to commit.
Good for them, right? I mean, that's, again, a little bit of maybe the prediction on, or predictability factor. And so that was able to get them to move. You got the, from the shadows, bringing Kaz over to C site. So that made a lot of noise. And look, you can see how Bankai is kind of thinking, oh, is that the play? Is that where it is? And it's not.
Oh my.
One enemy remaining.
Great.
This is good.
Yeah, great positioning for Mercury Pink. They're looking solid. There was the spike on C site.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, beautiful pick for Super Cat. Gonna hold it up to halfway and go searching for the remaining player of Mercury Pink. And this is a gun battle that's gonna matter. And Angel able to get the 3K, shuts it down, and is successful to get this spike exploded onto the scene. And now they are able to get on the board and slow that bleeding down. It's still a little bleed because they're down 5 points.
They are, and economy is down there as well. When your economy isn't good, you're not able to keep that momentum. So they need to make sure that this round keeps in their favor. And they also need to lose as little guns as possible. I mean, you see players with 300, 0, 700. That's not going to be enough if you lose a weapon for the following round. So not only do you have to win the round, but you also have to make sure you keep the numbers. Going back A here, Lucy.
Ooh.
I have PTSD.
Well, maybe they're trying to go for a repeat, right? Hey, let's kind of do what we did a little bit last time. It worked out for us. Not that A was the play per se. They don't have their from the shadows this go around, which is what was made it hugely successful to get that plan off at C. But they've got something going down for sure. Seeker's going out for Mercury. Gonna be finding where Bankai are situated. But Bankai are finding Mercury right on back. The bodies fell 3v3. The plant is in action, or the spike is in action, excuse me, and setting up for the post plant. So we're on A, your least favorite spot for Mercury Pink. The positioning here, however, how are we feeling?
Oh man, this is okay. Actually, there is some sort of crossfire happening here from the Viper and Sky. We see Angel being able to get one with just one left. Okay, we make this a 2v2. The spike isn't planted for neither of them, so this is going to have to be a swing on to Panday, whose crosshair is holding at the perfect position. And, I mean, they got the spike down. They got some numbers. But still, I think they're gonna have a very rough next round. I mean, you see them. We're gonna have a hero weapon potentially. Jen was like, maybe I can buy a hero weapon, maybe not. And it's just gonna be no. Let's just rely on our good old sheriffs and hope that every single shot hits. And Kurosu's trying so hard to make that space. The problem is, I'm gonna be real. Scary Shark is doing scary things onto the site alone. Every single shot that has been thrown out there is executing whoever is making that space. And that's causing so much trouble here for Mercury. Pink.
The birdies passing each other on the initial. Not really a whole lot of information to play off of for either side. Ooh, Panday almost successful in that, but Kaz doing the work. Like having to reposition. It's I keep looking up and it's like I don't really see much utility down because I'm not there's not a the KJ stuff and Astra things.
Down, attacker spawn.
The only KJ in this matchup is on the attacking side.
I mean, the only things that they have continuously repetitively used is both of those Viper walls. Those Viper walls I don't think have switched. It's continuously trying to cut off that A main angle and the B. And then for the side of Mercury, they kind of like foreshadow it. They're trying to condition. The only thing being conditioned right now is the aim. The aim's just on point here for Bankai. Like we aim trained before this, just so you guys know.
Yeah, clearly. Mercury Pink. I mean, you don't want to find yourself in a 9-3, but that's the best scenario Mercury could ask for at this point.
I believe in the curse. I've seen it be done quite a few times.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, the setup here for Mercury Pink is a little bit more lenient towards that defensive because of the KJ, because of the double controller as well. So, potentially, we activate this curse. Hopes and dreams can come alive.
Yeah, but also Bankai, I feel, are very set up too, composition-wise, for attacking. You know? Ooh. Did that even do anything?
Oh. It did not. It did not, but the shot, it connected.
Yeah. So Chambers out of play now. And it's a mad rush for C sites. Everyone's scrambling to get through a beautiful blind. The spike is in play, however, and Mercury finding Bankai one by one, dwindling them down to now one player, and that's Super Cat, who has super aim. We have seen. So if she can isolate these fights, but unfortunately, Aluvili with the 3K. Okay, listen, you say that. How do I say that? Aluvili.
I want to say Alub, I love you. But
I love you. I love, it's like double. I love you.
A lovely. A lovely. A lovely?
A lovely. Aluvili. It's a
Let us know,
Aluvili name.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Correct us, please. We're struggling.
9-3 going into the half. This is, I feel, where the compositions shine is their respective sides now. So Bankai on the attack, Mercury on the defensive side. But Mercury has so much more that they need to make happen than Bankai necessarily has to. Bankai only needs, quick math, 4 rounds. And then it's over.
Yeah.
Which can easily be gotten out the gate.
Yeah. I mean, pistol bonus. Unless too. Tasty knows. I feel like Tasty and Kurozu have played with each other quite some time because that was so, like, I know you're there. I mean, maybe there was a sound that we didn't catch, but...
We saw the shoulder. Shoulder was peeking out.
Okay. About the shoulder. Hide your shoulders.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
no shoulder days.
3v2 though.
Oh, here it is. Spike down. Ooh, Angel, this could be an opportunity to get the... Yes, okay, so another one. Huge right here. If they can get it, but it has to go for the switch for the weapons because there was no more bullets and is going to fall for that, but it's a 1v1. That spike is ticking away, and it's Chamber on the other side. Chamber knows. We're going to stick it. And Chamber able to get the headshot. Lovely. Going down, and Bankai, oof, taking this first round. They're so confident right now for this game.
They really are. That chamber, they just knew exactly what they were doing. I said, it's going to come down to the KJ or the chamber. Who's going to be the deal breaker? I also said the Jet and the Reyna. But obviously, as we can see here, the chamber was the right pick here for Bankai. They're just 13-6, doing chamber things, getting them first bloods. I actually don't know if that was a first blood. But the point is, doing the damage that they should be doing.
Absolutely. You love to see it. Putting your agent to its perfect use. Strongholds for Mercury Pink for all 3 sites. We also see Bankai having spread themselves out across the board as well. Spike is leaning for C side, however, in this posse of 3.
Oh my, scary. Takes a weapon away. But still, there's so much blood being shed over onto this C site. The bomb's gonna get planted. Just 2 players left on Mercury Pink's side.
Yeah,
they have a weapon now.
Nice. They're not together though. Ooh, we're about to get a fight in the back, and that's huge. We're Bankai. It's just Kaz, yeah. There it is. The Vandal, the gun diff. Taking that first round, really giving Bankai the economy to be able to get the weapons they needed to get this second round. Mercury Pink needs to stop it. Stop the roll right here.
They really do, but
do you save though? Do you bonus if you're Bankai, or do you just go ahead and shut it down?
I think you go ahead and buy up, which is what they're looking to do. They're like, okay, we can't give them any more rounds, and
well, they've got some SMGs and a pistol though. Actually, I didn't see the rest of the economy. They had the money to even buy up more. I was thinking, push it.
I don't think so.
Get all the things.
Yeah, they want to make sure no more rounds are added up on that board, because like you said, the more rounds you have to make up, the less you feel 1 for 1. Still, Jen in a pickle is able to get 2 more. Jen's like, let me just sprinkle a little bit more salt. Okay, good. I'm out.
Salty, salty goodness. Gonna open this
Last
up.
player standing. Spike
Mmm.
down. C.
Scary, needing to go get this scary Spike. Spike in a scary position. Alright, so this is excellent for Mercury. They did have better weapons. You would expect that, but it wouldn't have been strange if Bankai had successfully pulled this round off. Scary Shark with the Ghost, unable to stay alive versus the Phantom, so Angel clearing that off and keeping Mercury Pink alive.
They're beating. They only lost 1 player too, which is really good for them. They need it economy-wise. You're like, do you buy up? Well, they bought up, and they also wanted to sustain the weapons, which they were so now we're just gonna give a little bit of cash over to Kurozu with that Guardian, which honestly, Guardians they make moves. They can hit some pretty mean headshots just to keep them in the game. They're gonna gamble stack. A little bit more leaning towards this A site. Okay, no, they're keeping a player on this B. I was gonna say, are they gonna really give it up? No, that's not the plan. Oh my, Angel. Okay.
Yeah, Mercury able to win off of C site, so they're now on the flank. And the Seekers go out for Mercury Pink, splitting across B to A, giving all the info. 4 players up for either side, and ooh, Reyna is alive for the attacking side. So Spike in action, and Bankai putting themselves into position, but oh no! Kurosu, the Guardian not able to be utilized, gets taken out.
Oh, all the sidestep. That timing.
1 enemy remaining.
The mechanicals on Bankai are so on point. They know exactly when to peek, how to peek. how to hold an angle. I was just in the midst of listening to you commentate through that last round. I was like, what did Bankai do so successfully on defense? And it was being able to keep control of that tree. We saw that Alubli died while trying to keep control of the tree, which then caused for the rest of the squad have to fight CT and stairs or flank around. But the fact that they weren't able to keep control of that then allowed for more space to be taken up there by Bankai. So, this is a very well put together team. I think for the most part, when we were talking about both teams, we know that Bankai has some very experienced players who have been around the scene quite a long time, and they're definitely showing why they've been around the scene for so long and what they've learned.
Absolutely. As well as coming in with a comp that they're like, this is what we want to do. We don't care what the main things are done by everybody. And Scary Shark taking serious. Oh no, but doesn't look around. Wow, Kaz feeling really great, getting that 2K before falling to Panday. Wow. Not checking your corners. Oh yeah.
Spike down A.
No good, but what? No, Mercury Pink finding themselves now 3 players up to Bankai's 1. It's Panday now having to do the scramble for the spike. But we're not going to get it. Wait, are we? No. Wait, are we?
Oh, from the shadows is there. Wait. Oh, we got eliminated.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they were just kind of checking it out. But I mean, is this, we're going for it
30
though.
seconds left.
They have so much money. They could just be like, I'm trying to get some kills here.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Wow, Mercury Pink's still alive.
Shotgun diff. I love that judge play there by Alubli. Just being like, okay, I'm blind, but I'm still gonna shoot because I know the vicinity of where you are. They're fighting for their lives. They're like, we need to. And they're fighting so hard that they actually got Bankai to go down to very minimal weapons here.
Some light
Quite
shields.
interesting.
Yeah, so this is Mercury Pink can do it. Oh man, this isn't necessarily the pressure you want to have behind you in order to win rounds, right? I mean, Bankai, they just need to win one more round. It's over, and they move on to the champion, or grand final, I should say, today, and the champion bracket tomorrow as well. But
You want to play? Let's play.
unfortunate for Mercury Pink here, they find themselves with 3 players. Spike for Bankai moving up towards the A site, and the 3 remaining players of Mercury Pink they're leaving one on either site because they're not exactly sure where Bankai are going to be heading. But you see that there's like the 3 players rotating to C, which is not where the spike's going, but that's going to give a false sense over to Mercury. As you see the players are starting to rotate off of A. So Mercury Pink, they're falling for it. They think it's a C play. But the spike's over at A. It's free. Bankai in action, getting this plant down. Oh no, the
man.
debate.
Shadows traveling.
There's still the fact that there's still players of Bankai on C still holding the attention of Mercury Pink, even though the bomb is planted. I don't know what just happened there. It's like you can clearly hear that the bomb was planted. So what's going on over there? Buddy system though, they're trying to remain with each other, try to do some damage, but they spent so much time onto that C site. You can hear the double dink. The time is running out, and just like that. Oh wait, Kaz trying to
Kaz with the sneaky
defuse.
sneaky, but I don't even think there's enough time, Noob.
Remaining.
Oh, she gets taken off. Wow, a 13-5 win by Bankai. I mean, that sounds like such a differential when I say the score line out loud, but that honestly still felt like a nail biter for me. Huge congratulations to Bankai. They're moving on to the grand final, and valiant effort by Mercury Pink to make it through to the semifinals right here. Noob, my goodness, they just shut that down in the end. Bankai had a great run.
I am a believer of the Reina and the Chamber.
Right?
Confirmed. Thank you, Bankai.
They did it. They did it. Absolutely. So we're going to get some replays up here for you guys. Of course, want to see some sweet, sweet action in replay. Scary Shark doing scary things. Of course, And the squad of Bankai is being able to keep this lead. They got that lead out the gate, and they just never really let up off the gas pedal.
They did not. And I have to say, Angel tried their very hard out. We have to give some kudos to, players who are out here. Angel with the Viper, 340 combat score. That's insane on a Viper, if I'm being real. But Valorant is a team game, and it's about team communication. It's about strategizing. It's about holding the angles, having the right aim, and everything just went in the favor of Bankai. And I mean, I expect them to do just that over on to the finals. Will they though, Lucy?
Oh yes, I expect them to as well, of course, because it is the finals. They've got to do it. So that's Bankai meeting up with Pop Pals in our finals coming up next. So really excited for this matchup. You guys don't go anywhere. Get your snacks, get your drinks. I keep telling you this. Always stay hydrated, and we'll see you right after this break.
I play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
This all-new Aria is an elegant EV.
Yeah, with 389 horsepower. And all-wheel drive.
It's beautiful.
It's a beast
It's electric.
with an edge.
Oh, let's go with that.
What's up? You guys are fantastic, and we are Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant series. We're excited. We just watched 2 best-of-1 semifinals go down, and now we are in a best-of-3 grand final matchup for qualifier day number 2. I'm Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May with Cute Noob. We're going to be bringing you this last matchup for the broadcast. And as the map picks and bans are going through, let's talk a little bit about how, we got here. Where are all of the things? We'll show you the bracket. Beautiful. I mean, literally production was in my mind. All up in there. We are 1. And so this is what we're looking at. This is what happened today, and those quarters happened off broadcast. So anything stand out for you? How does this fare? You know.
I mean, it's been a journey, right? Pop Pals, they had a battle out there with the biggest fish taco of them all. It was close, but they were able to claw their way through and make their way into here. They had an easy start, we said that, but having to go through this struggle, I think they were a little bit more mentally prepared for what's about to happen, which is Bankai, who is a team that has the most experienced players, and they executed. against Mercury Pink. They said, this is how you hold an angle, this is how you hit a headshot, this is how you execute with your team composition. Hey, we even made Cute Noob a believer of the Chamber and the Reyna combination. So they're in a huge momentum pattern right now. And going into this against Pop House, I don't know what to expect. I have a thought, but I don't want to give it because they say if you speak it into existence, it might happen. So hey, I want to give everyone a fair shot here.
Wow, you a wizard? Dang, come over here and start speaking some money trees into existence in my life. Yeah, this has been a fantastic showing for sure. I'm looking at right here, if you look at the quarterfinals at the bottom left, Overkill Black, Mercury Pink. Mercury Pink had to work through Overkill, as I had mentioned earlier, and it was no easy feat. It was on Ascent, if I remember correctly, and so unfortunately they fell on Lotus to Bankai. So when we talk now, moving forward with these map pick and bans, which have come through, by the way, first map is Ascent, and that was actually picked by Bankai. So why that's important, everybody, is because yesterday we saw Overkill Black crushing it. It was pretty competitive yesterday. Not that today isn't, but of course day one will always be because you've got everybody now playing. And Overkill was just really hanging in there. Steph and I were both blown away by their performance, and they got knocked out by Mercury Pink. So Mercury Pink, they're vibing on Ascent. They're ready to go. We have not seen Bankai on Ascent, so Bankai, of course, feeling good about Ascent themselves and are ready to show us what they've got. So moving forward, then that's going to be a Haven for map 2. And then, if we need to, we're going to head to Lotus for a decider. And we know how Bankai is on Lotus. They're pretty strong, and we'll see if they keep with that same composition or if they're going to try something new. But either way, before we get there, we've got to get through Ascent and Haven. So what are your thoughts? I kind of gave my opinions about Ascent. Noob, what do you think?
So just to look at today's tournament, Pop House went 13-0. That was the previous match that they played before Taco Fish, Fish Taco. Dyslexia right there real quick. So yeah, they went 13-0, which is so insane to me, the fact that they were able to just really take their attack and go for it. They're like, we're gonna win our attack. Our attack's gonna be all we're gonna do, and that's it. They played one side of defense, guys. One side. And they crushed it. So I think it's smart for Ascent to be in the mix. I also think that Haven's smart because, as you stated, their opponents, which is Bankai, did phenomenal on Haven. I think they went 13-6 against Gosu. Again, I don't know that much about Gosu, but they went 13-6, which is what we kind of saw them replicate a little bit more effectively on that Lotus. So if they had to go to that. So map number 1 needs to go over Pop House. If they don't, then those last 2 maps are going to go in favor of Bankai for sure, in my opinion. But hey, like I said, everyone's got a shot, and they're still fighting for that first place seed.
Yeah, and actually I just realized because I have still from our previous matchup up on my screen, and my brain literally zoned into that. And so my analysis prior to you speaking is absolutely like moot. It has nothing to do with anything. So I apologize, everybody. That is my fault. It is Pop House versus Bankai. But Bankai, they are hot. They're on fire. They're feeling it. They're ready to go. It is their pick, Ascent first. So that is definitely the momentum you want to keep rolling into, and then going into your opponent's map, right? And hopefully Pop House doesn't work them too hard, I suppose, so they can keep that momentum moving forward. So will be pretty interesting to see how this goes down. I'm just excited. Like you said, you may be able to pick me. I feel like honestly I can't. That's why, and those are matchups that you really love to see, that the nail biters, the anticipation of who will pull it out in the end, and the compositions, right? Bankai bringing the Reyna and the Chamber onto Lotus, something new that I've seen anyhow. Not to say that it hasn't been done, and they were so hugely successful with that. So love to see that everyone's doing it. You got to work what's good for you, not what's working for everyone else, because you're not the same player as your opponent. So playing to yourselves and your strength, that's fantastic. You love to see that, and it's been working very well for Bankai. So we're going to jump into game, however. We're really excited for that. Pop House, Bankai. This is our grand finals for qualifier number 2 here at Supergirl Gamer Pro. And yes, Noob, I'm sorry. cut you off.
No, no, no. I love it. I was gonna say, you know what I find quite interesting is the fact that Bankai actually chose Ascent. But I've never seen, well, I don't think anyone has seen Bankai on Ascent because they're a fairly fresh team. So I'm wondering if they were like, you know what, we're gonna give you Ascent because Pop Pals, we saw that you did really great on that. Let's see if you can replicate it once more. That could be it. I'm just theorizing here, but hey, it's really interesting.
Yeah. But I thought you could wish all the things. Here we go. We're loading up. We're really excited for this. Anything stand out to you for those compositions?
You know, I was busy looking at how their team compares to what they did in the previous one, and I actually saw that they have, they actually did. Okay, no, I thought that they were gonna have a new player coming in. But that was just my brain kind of zoning out. So they went with the double initiator, KO. I like the KO on Ascent. I also love the Soba because, you know, if you are a Soba specialist and you have those lineups, there's gonna be so much damage being outputted there.
Yes.
But as we talked about Bankai and how interesting Bankai is, they said, you know what? We ain't going with the double initiator. We ain't going with the double sentinel. We ain't going with the double controller. We're gonna go with the double duelist. And it's my favorite. Reyna's back in the mix.
Absolutely.
Not having a sentinel here. Oh, actually, they do have a sentinel. I was gonna say that not having a sentinel would be really bad, but they do have that sage.
Ooh. It's a fight out over arches. A site heavily contested 100%, but that's a great hold by Paw Pals, losing one in the skirmish, but successfully pushing Bankai back. Bankai bringing in a sage for this.
Mm-hmm. Sage is an agent you don't see. Like
Much, right? Yeah. Anymore.
Yeah. It used to be like a meta, like you'd have to bring Sage. I mean, Sage is fairly fairly advantageous here on Ascent. But I would say compared to every other Sentinel, and the pick rate just quite isn't there. So I'm excited to see how Bankai uses this to their advantage because we know that they pick agents that are not very common.
Yeah, and a really slow pistol to start us off in our best of 3. On Ascent is back to A site. Bankai goes. Dwindling Paw Pals down to 2 players. Actually 1. And that's a successful plant.
That was a weird dash.
Swirly. Alright, Bankai doing Bankai things. Paw Pals finding themselves in a similar fashion as prior. Little down, but definitely not out.
Yeah. Not the way that they did their previous time on this map. But again, it's not the same opponents that they faced before. We saw quite a spread. They had players A, but there was not noticeable presence in mid. So that gave Bankai the opportunity to just go swoop right through tree and get onto the site. Now they have given up this A site. They do have weapon disadvantage here as well. You'll see some.
Absolutely, but it's actually Paw Pals finding themselves with the first blood and hanging in there. The Bankai. There's the judge making all the rulings. Bringing Paw Pals down to 1, trying to get this off. But when 2 weapons are pointed at you, it's slim. Able to at least knock 1 down from Bankai's side. Paw Pals going down, now 0-2.
0-2. They did damage though. And now that forces Bankai to be like, okay, do we buy up for the following round, or do we just kind of save what we had previously and then work towards buying up the following round? But it seems like they're gonna go for a couple of hero weapons. You see the Reyna Tasty coming down to just 300 creds with that Vandal and Light Shield, while right now Paw Pals do have the weapon advantage. This A site is a desired site so far 3 times in a row for Bankai, or at least I thought here. We're just looking to farm up the orbs.
Yeah, probably grabbing that orb, or at the very least to, well, that coupled with seeing what they could bait out. Didn't get much out of Pop Owls.
Oh man, this Jet's position.
Lined up.
Oh, Summertime swung just at the perfect time.
And I mean, Pop Owls, they've got weapons. They're ready to fight.
Player standing.
It's 2-2, and actually it's now down to Soto. Not able, doesn't have Spike in hand, but it brings it to a 1v1, but swings just a little bit too late. Pop Owls on the board. The traditional 1-2 to start us off.
And with the investment that Bankai did previously, they are still gonna have just enough, but we do see Tasty going down to just the Stinger and a light shield there for Super Cat. Also, Blade Storms are just around the corner, so I'm a little bit surprised that we're gonna see Soto. Actually, did Soto stay alive? No, Soto went down, so I'm surprised to see Soto pick up a Vandal nonetheless. Could have just used the knives.
My ult's ready.
So it is activated. I like the new position of KJ as well. KJ now moving towards a more defensive angle. Giving up the sight so the rest of the squad can come over as well.
Ooh, the Pop House Hunter's Fury stops the plant. But wow. Beautiful use
Spike planted.
by Scary Shark of the utility, Omen utility, to be able to still stay alive in that engagement, I believe. Or just hopped up on top to get the plant down. Pop House dwindled down to 3 players. And Tasty in a great position. The blinds for anybody that would like to come on board. This is a party, everyone's welcome. And Bankai wants to, ensure that Pop House does arrive. Millie grabbing one, but does eventually fall, and Bankai with this lead that they are ever so used to having.
I will survive.
Arb.
Turret out.
I'm saying the party here. I'm sorry, Lucy. I wanted to go to the party as well. And then I realized, oh no, Soto said I can't come to the party.
Oh no!
You shut everything down. Shut everything down. And looking to do it once again, but Pop House, they want to fight fire with fire. And they're able to get one for their troubles. But Bankai answer in return. Is that the resurrection that happened there?
Yes, they got the res for Bankai. So Sage showing a lot of value already. Bankai getting to restart the round essentially, not with as much time, of course, but Blade Storm ready to go in the hands of Soto. Blind, super helpful. Soto's able to connect on one, and bodies are dropping on the side of Pop House. So beautiful wall goes up to support the plant, and now it's just heaven. What's going on up there? We see that we have 1 player up top. Now 2 remaining players of Pop House have joined up on the heaven side, and they've got this slow to have to walk through. Gonna take some time. Pistols in hand versus the rifles. Gonna be unfortunate. Millie trying to bait out a little bit, able to connect on Soto. That was a little cheeky shot right there. 16 health. Seeing how much Millie can do before going out. Gets 1. Millie doing a lot of work right there. Huge for the squad before going out. So they did lose that round, but definitely netted still a ton of value for the squad.
Yeah. Doing the damage, they also baited out those Blade Storms from Soto, so Soto no longer has the Blade Storms either. And yeah, giving up the site is not an option here for Pop House. We saw how they were able to fight onto the A site, and they brought it down. Of course, they didn't win the round, but they still brought it down to just 2 players, and it potentially even just 1 had Millie not gone down at that last interaction. Still, though, this A site once again being it here for Bankai, but this is just a bait here, Lucy.
That would have been a great pun for the Tasty Taco matchup, but beautiful blinds and then follow up with Panday. Oh, Panday just had no idea what was going on. Didn't know where they were. Pop House now down to 3 players, actually 2. Soto's doing all the work. Don't need the Blade Storm to be effective for this team. Zan now holding a Blade Storm, but doesn't need it. Trying to take out the Leer before Tasty popped out, but Tasty getting that connection onto Zan, taking that round. Bankai now up 4 rounds, 5-1. Woo! You think Pop House was expecting this competition?
No, not from the reaction that we're getting here. They still are looking for answers. Like, what's the answer? Do we fight for the site? Do we aggression with aggression? And that seemed to have worked the following round. And they're gonna try it once more. And I think that's the right thing. But like I stated, Bankai, there's no information. They knew that Pop House, they had a quick 13-0 the previous time, so they wanted to get their own run at this. A blind comes through, and Bankai, they're finding every single opponent.
Yeah, they are. They're just like, you know what? It's another round for us, another game, different opponent, but this is how we do things. And what's been consistent for Bankai thus far has been that Reyna, and super helpful. And Bankai, right, bringing in the unconventional and with the Sage this time. Being very helpful. I mean, not in this exact moment per se, but overall, very beneficial to the squad for Bankai. As Carrie's having to find herself, having to fall back, gonna try to get some damage done. Oh, we're gonna have a little fun at Courtyard. Dance. Everyone, it's a dance off.
I love the honor. It always makes me upset when it's like, I'm trying to knife, and everyone's like, no. And I'm like, come on, have honor.
You're like, who shot?
Yeah. How dare you? Kick him off. Well, I mean, there were sheriffs in the mix. Zan saying, okay, if I could bring this operator and do some damage here, I'm going to help out my team a ton. And it might be that this is going to be the case. If you can get rid of Soto, who's currently 12-5 and feeling themselves like ain't nobody else's business, there is that possibility because that space isn't being taken. Soto, already thinking about it. How am I going to dash? Thankfully, they do have that null, which causes no utility to be built. Now, though, dashes onto the site. Millie is holding off the angle, which allows that Leer to be eliminated just as quickly. And now, it is just down to Bankai having 3 players, and this is exactly where Pop House wants to be.
Yeah, Pop House definitely set up for A. That was a Bankai favorite. And they were right. Oh, what? The swing onto the op. I am always so nervous when that happens, but the fact that Panday survived, got the op offline for Pop House, which is huge. Sneaky little corner by Millie, taking one down before also falling. 2v2 with the plants looking good. The 2 remaining players of Pop House splitting up, trying to make it onto site. All right, well, okay. So we're gonna have this happen, and what a fall. Did you see that animation? The character was just like 0 gravity and just flew through the air. Hunter's Fury from the defensive side, really pushing out. Clearly, Bankai, we got Super Cat holding in one, coming back in, trying to find a... Summertime having no idea, right? It was just unfortunate. Summertime had to do that. Super Cat having all the information, getting that final kill. Now it's another round. Bankai is looking good. I'm not sure. I don't even think they had this great of a lead even over Mercury Pink in the previous. So it's good. It's good to see Pop House taking this time out. Maybe it could have happened a little earlier. But at least, obviously, who am I to say? But it's happening. That's what matters. 1-7. Okay. It looks scary, but you had said it before several times. It can still come back.
Yeah, I like you stated, there wasn't this much success on Lotus when we saw Bankai. I think Pop House, they have the right ideas. It's just like not quite the execution. It's like the little tiny moments. Like, for example, I have to talk about Zan just getting caught off guard by Panday, who's just about to cross. Like, you know there's players there, but for whatever reason, maybe looking at map, maybe there was some sort of comm that distracted Panday, but like having that off, and then also like still having Summertime be across the map, even though you know that the players were on site. Like, you had your KJ carry who was already onto site and hurt them plant. So the fact that Summertime, there isn't enough playing together there for me for Pop House. at the moment, which is where they are faltering. I think Bankai is doing a phenomenal job at taking space, but they are so beatable. Except when Soto hits those shots.
Oh. When you hit the wall. These trades, beautiful, back and forth. Fortunately not able to, I mean, just literally nothing needed to happen other than this engagement right in this front wall. Pop House all down now to Malibu. Scrambles over to the opposite site. But this is not, this is a beautiful setup for Bankai. I mean, not that they're gonna need the Hunter's Fury, but it could be used if Bankai wants to. This is looking not so great for Malibu's. They find Phantom in the hands of Tasty and also their maker.
They know the angles. That's what it comes down to, is like, if I hold here, they're gonna peek here. And I think you had talked about this a little bit for Pop House, which was predictability. Like, they're showing the same thing over and over. They jiggle peek, A main, and then fall back, or they have the KO be around the corner. And this gives Bankai the opportunity to just do what they want to do. And what they want to do right now is head on over to this B site where, hey, guess what? There's only one player there.
No charges left. My ult's ready.
And this was the map. This is the analysis I should have given had I realized it was Pop House. But Pop House, their first game, they played on Ascent. Yes, it's a different opponent. It's also earlier on in the bracket. It was a 13-0. So Pop House probably went into this also very confident, right? They're just like, this is our map. We know this map. We love it. But they had zero preparation. I mean, as most do, but versus this Bankai squad. Oh my gosh. Coming up in here and just shutting everything down that Pop House tries to do. Like you said, they've got great ideas. They're literally doing everything they should be doing. Bankai just literally one-upping them every way.
Yeah, a little bit of movement needs to happen, and a little bit of a change of pace is going to happen. You see both the Jet and the KO aggress onto mid. Harry is able to eliminate the initial aggression here from Soto, so this is already a really great starting point here. You see?
Yeah, those Leers, man, they just make for such great, just opening up your space, you know, making great space for yourselves. And Bankai getting the spike down and sitting so pretty with those ultimates. Zan, however, with the prettier shot, getting Tasty off the board. Whoa, being able to dash away from Supercat's shots. Not that they even realized they were getting shot at, but of course, just to get out of the way. 2 remaining players. It's a 2v2. We got to get rid of Supercat over here, being very annoying. And oh, a spray into the suspecting spot that usually a player is not able to complete that, but Malibu does get that going. And here's that Hunter's Fury, right? You didn't think you needed to use it. Then you find yourself in a 1v1, and they had to, which was beautiful. And even so, I believe that the time might have been even on their side. Another round for Bankai, and they're just smashing it right now. Pop House, you do get an opportunity here very shortly once this switches over. This is the last round in the first half. But if Bankai brings us to an 11, I mean, Pop House needs to win that pistol and take that momentum. Never give it back to Bankai.
Yeah, that's a lot to be asked
Yeah,
for.
it's a lot.
It's easier said than done here for sure, but there's hope, and you have to. I think they just need to settle down, hold an off angle, use the buddy system to the T. Like, where's your communication? Where did that Omen go? Do we know that the Omen's up in heaven? Apparently not.
Oof.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, shooting that dart down definitely gave that info away. Grab a weapon. Harry has to try. Gets one, but that's slow, so beautifully placed. Does not help Gary move at all. 11-1 going into the second half, and literally this next round is going to determine literally if it's going to continue on or not. Not that it's all said and done. If Bankai get this pistol, you could virtually call it done.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. You know, sometimes there's that moment where you're like, okay, this wasn't our This wasn't our map. Not
Yeah.
not right now.
It was
You
a
know,
Bankai
we did
pick.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And we can just go next. Like you give yourself that little bit of a mental break to be like, all right, let's reset. Let's talk about it. What happens? What didn't happen? Because we know that Benkai could bleed. We saw them do it with the previous matchup. Like they had a run for their money, you know. But there needs to be a little bit of figuring out what do they want to do. And with this one, I think it's already a little bit too far gone here, especially like you stated, if they're able to get this pistol.
Oh, the wall is so helpful here. Oh, goodness. That slowed Popeye down so much, right? They had to just kind of sit in the open, figure out what to do. I mean, that left them exposed. Luckily, only losing one, kind of a half, because they also got Jet down to half health. Gary able to find one, so that's huge, and as well as a spike being down. So I do health favors Bankai in this moment, but Malibu in a beautiful position. Oh no, it's two, unfortunately, versus Malibu, so Malibu will fall, and this hold needs to happen. Zan, 12 health now. Really just a decoy at this point. Because, oh no, Gary Shark with 3. Able to connect to the classic, does get the second, but unfortunately, oh my goodness, Super Cat with a beautiful positioning to take out Millie, knock that off, get the defuse. Bankai find themselves at match point for their first map of the best of 3 here in the grand finals for qualifier number 2.
Popeye had the positioning. They really did. They just needed to hit the shots. And sometimes that's even the hardest ask. So we're going to buy up here what we can at the most and hope that we somehow are able to keep this from ending. And at least the first thing to do is stack the right side. And this is exactly what they're doing here, Lucy.
Ooh. Okay, push. Oh no! Bankai, that Guardian going ham, and Pop House falling hard. Soto did so much with that Guardian, and that's it. Bankai, they're gonna take map number 1. It was, as we said, their map pick, but to do it in that fashion, wow, what a statement to make right here in the finals. Noob, how are you? What are your thoughts on it right now?
I have no...
Like,
I don't think I had enough time to process everything. I had so much hope there for Pop House because, as we stated, we had the information. They had a great game. They had the structure to how to successfully win this map. But again, this new puzzle that came up for them, it's going to take some time for them to adjust. And I think just resetting, leave this map in a box, put it away for now, revisit it later. VOD reviewing is great. And then just worry about what's to come. And what's to come is there's still 2 maps that you could win to make sure that you are seeded number 1.
That's true. And even though Haven is a Popal pick, that's our second map, Lotus, we saw Bankai on Lotus and how they fare on a 3-site map. Haven also a 3-site map. So my goodness, this one, I think it's going to be a nail biter as well. For me, at least to start. So we'll see if Pop Pals can do that. But, I mean, this matchup right here, this first round, I mean, where could Pop Pals have done more? You kind of touched on it a little bit. But, I don't know, can they break this intensity and the sturdiness that Bankai is bringing in their team?
I mean, sometimes you've got to look at the star players of your opponent. For example, we saw a lot of Supercat, we saw a lot of Soto, we saw a lot of, really, everyone really had their moment there for Bankai, but I think having those 2 top players and, hey, you double swing them. They can only get one of you. That's a trait. That's their leading space. That would be what would have been my initial thing. Maybe even taking more map control as well. Taking up space mid, not giving off those initial picks would have been great. But again, there's so many would-haves, should-haves, could-haves. You're just going to have to put that away and focus on the map number 2, which it's going to be Haven. And I think we mentioned it a little bit, but Haven is a map that Bankai, they did great on as well. 13-5 the last time that they played this map. So just look up, you have some time right now. Let's see what's going on. What's their team composition? Maybe you just strategize against their team composition. That could be your first step.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, there's always that choice of do you anti-strat or do you play your game? We're gonna find out because as Noob said, map number 2, it's Haven, and that's going to be a Pop House pick. We're gonna see what happens right after this break, so don't go too far.
The moment I had wings put on my chest, I told myself, I'm proud of you. Something I would tell my younger self as a woman or as a minority in the aviation career field, hard stuff is going to happen. Don't let that stop you. Keep your vision in sight and just know that in the Air Force, there are people who are rooting for you, whether they look like you or not.
This all-new Aria is an elegant EV.
Yeah, with 389 horsepower. And all-wheel drive.
It's beautiful.
It's a beast
It's electric.
with an edge.
Oh, let's go with that.
Hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the grand finals for qualifier day number 2 for Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant series. And kicking it off, it's Pop House versus their opponent Bankai. And we got that first map down on Ascent, and it's been a Bankai, or it was a Bankai win. So they're up 1 map. And if they take Haven, which is our next map coming up, it could be done. And they will get the bye for our Championship Sunday tomorrow. But it's not all said and done for Pop House. We've got to work through Haven, right? So let's talk about it. I like the unique thing about Bankai is they're bringing in unconventional comps, and it's working out tremendously for them.
I was totally talking in B-Mix call. I'm such a professional, I promise, guys. Yes, I was talking about the Sage. Like, the Sage is such a character that we don't see quite often, and this might be the shtick here for Bankai is, hey, we're throwing out these gnarly team compositions, but in reality, we're just kind of throwing things off so that in Championship, nobody really knows our strat. Or it could just be they're just comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't know. These comps, though, they're spicy. I mean, trying to counter them has proven to be difficult. So, I mean, maybe, but it's not like, you know, Valorant offers 2 similar of agents where you can be like, yeah, I'll play Arena right now and throw them off a bit, and then I'll do Jet. You know, because then you lose the Leers and all the things in that regard. But, I mean, it doesn't mean that they're not amazing on Jet and they have those plans already set. Because, like, to your point, if people anti-strat you and they're like, oh, that Reyna's coming, so we need to XYZ this, and then they come through with a, just kidding, this is actually our comp, then it's kind of like you're scrambling as the opponent to be like, oh, wait, okay, now what, you know? But I guess at that point, too, to be fair, you can just continue to play your game how you're used to, because then you're back to the normal comps that most people do play. I'm thinking this is how they go.
Those are all fair points. Now, as we go into the match, and just a really quick overview of a team composition, yeah, I think Pop House are just going to stick to what they know. And what they know is carry on the KJ. You have the Omen instead of like the Astra that you would sometimes see here on Haven. And then you have the double initiators. But Bankai is like, we're going to be diff. We're going to go double duelist, single controller, and just 1 initiator and sentinel. And I mean, hey, I'm a fan, honestly.
Woo! I mean, and also when the gunplay speaks for itself, that's just scary in its own right. So Bankai on the attack with the spike. They're going to lose 2 players in this initial engagement, forced to reposition. It's looking like they're going to want to reposition. Now, will they commit to it is the question. So far, it's looking so.
Yeah, they have to. There's so much heat there onto B site, and even just looking at the map right now, only having Sky over in Haven, I think that 1 flash was already used, so they only have to worry about 1 more. Yeah, so we can see here. Oh man, I think 2 were blinded and 1 was not, which gives them enough time for them to get onto the site as well.
Yeah, Sky peeking around that corner. Oh god, there's 3. But oh, it's a beautiful take. Oh, it's Spike inside the smokes. Spike is down, but Pop House came through with the gun power. They were like, okay, listen, we're warmed up now. And Pop House finding themselves now. They are in the lead. They took the first round, I think, the first time for this broadcast today. So good to them. This could be the shift that they needed.
Yeah. That and the fact that we saw a little bit of a rare case of Soto not quite having that perfect crosshair placement. I think that could have definitely changed the tune of things, but the rush and everything was so perfect there for Pop House. They knew somehow, they read that the aggression was going to go mid, and they were able to hold on to it now. They're even foreshadowing what's going to happen here. Look at that. Lucy, we have 3 players already onto the C site, and the spike is hanging around this mid garden section.
Ooh, Zan, broken arm. Soto also with very little health. Wow. Key players for the squad if they go down. Oh, but this is where Sky comes in handy, of course. Gonna go ahead and get Soto's Reyna back up to 100 as the rotations come through. And Carrie gonna find one. We have a second going down off of Bankai and a third. It's just...
One enemy remaining.
What is that fish in a barrel saying? You said you know all the things. Shooting fish in a barrel? Oof.
Is it? I don't
Is
know.
it?
You're asking
Maybe?
the wrong person here, Lucy. I'm terrible with sayings.
Ew.
What I do know though, it's a flawless for Pop House. I don't think we saw a single flaw. Well, yeah, okay. I'm gonna take that back. There has not been a single flawless here for Pop House. And yet now they have found the group. I feel like this is a whole new team.
This is their map pick, right? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this is their map pick as well. Maybe they were just like, okay, we can do. They did a little research, possibly looked at Bankai's last team composition. We're like, we can do this. This is doable.
Yeah, but do you know what their last composition was? They had
What was
Tasty, not on Jet, but on Phoenix.
Oh,
I believe. Yeah.
So they
So I guess
really
that-
switched it up.
I was hoping to see that. I was like, yes, I haven't seen Phoenix in forever, but decided to not go for that this time around.
Phoenix gets no love, man.
Spike planted.
All right, well, side take here. Can Bankai hold on to it? They've had struggles. There's so many damage already done there.
Oh,
That would have hurt. Dodo, I would have cried.
It's just a blind fest on site. Bodies dropping. Now we're down to Panday for this hold. Okay, so we love the swarm. That's gonna do some damage. Not able to connect exactly on where the spike. I guess that didn't really land because I didn't see the damage ticking away on the diffuser. But that is unfortunate because Bankai was looking really good. Where do you think they failed? They just kind of just started dropping. They seem to not be in the right positions, the optimal positions for the post plant.
Yeah, no crossfires. And to be fair, Pop House are exporting so much damage onto them even before they are fully retaking the site. And also, let's be honest, having a Sky and a Breach is just, you have no vision ever. So there is a lot of blinding happening onto the site where Bankai can't even tell what's going left, right, all around.
Oh! Oh! Wow.
Very shark scary.
You hate to see it because you see Jet like just going up for the shot, but then not surviving even looking through the reticle before dropping. So huge pick for Bankai on the initial. Pop House in a deficit of one player. That's going to be Jet. Could be okay. I mean, it's a little bit of smokes, but not a big loss for Pop House. Just another body. And another one falls, and another one falls, and definitely there's a song in there that I won't get into. No one wants to hear me sing right now. But Pop House finding themselves with two players. Spike isn't in play yet. And when I say two, I meant one. So a beautiful blind for Millie to come onto site, but that's a pretty risky one, right? Because you know that it's a pretty full stack on the side of Bankai. Gonna get some more money here with this plant and a beautiful, flawless for Bankai.
They have done it. I want to give a shout out there to Panday, who was making the longest journey of them all the way from C all the way to A. And that just kind of makes me think of, I'm going, friends, don't worry, I won't be left behind. But hey, yeah, Bankai was able to finally find the answer, and the answer was, let's shut down Zan and the operator. Now having an operator in their possession is going to scream nightmares there for Pop House, especially as the peek onto the C-Long is already happening. Though, wow, so much space being taken there with the Trailblazer.
Ooh! Carrie showed up for some face
Panda.
painting. Lost her life.
Cover going out.
Pop House finding themselves again in a rough position. Spike is not even in possession. Bankai, they're just going hunting. They're not too worried about getting the spike in. I think they're not sure what they're thinking, but they've closed the gap.
What they're
It's 3-2.
thinking is, Pop House are being aggressive, whether it's overly peeking or just taking up that space like we saw. Like the Trailblazer, although it did take space in favor of Pop House, that gave the information to Bankai to say, hey, they want to push out. They know that there's no one here, so they're going to want to take up that map space so that we have less. What did they do? They counter it by having Panday just sit. I don't know how Panday even made their way into their own spawn and then did like a little wraparound from their opponents, but then they were able to trade off here. And we see this dueling once again. They want to take this mid control.
Oh, yeah, but Reyna's ulted. That's huge support for the squad, but she's going to go down, actually. So not able to support Bankai on this push, but nonetheless successful. I mean, it's as if Bankai, they're being, it just must be better. No, their shots are better at this point. They're getting the proper positioning. Zan left alone. Are we going to take this fight? Are we trying to hide? Trying to, oh, nope, you hear the footsteps. Okay, gonna go to heaven. No, maybe not going to heaven. Okay, so spotted out. Zan has been compromised. Not gonna take the fight to them, so okay, actually, we're just waiting for the smoke to go down. All right, well, oh, it's that nasty shoulder.
Hide your shoulders. That has to be the running joke. Cannot show shoulders here in Supergirl Pro. Wow. How the tables have turned. From 3 rounds in a row to Pop House to Bankai saying, you know what, we don't even need to rush to a site to plant the bomb. We're just gonna wait for you to be aggressive, for you to make the move. And I'm surprised that Rolling Thunder did... It stunned, but I don't think it really helped as much as Pop House thought it was going to. So now, going down, dipping really low into their savings. They're trying to fight for this round. And doing a quick rotation. This is just a bait, Lucy. This is a bait. You know, way to go here.
Wait. Someone's not falling for it from... Okay, maybe they're just trying to get an angle. On Pop House, this Malibu is not fully... Oh, they have to get out. Listen, okay? I'm trying to catch up. I'm so excited for this baited C now. There goes all 5 players of Pop House on the scramble for C site. Only Blade Storm for Pop House. Will they utilize it to take the fights?
That was a nice flash.
But the positioning by Bankai, it's just so much. And Panday in a beautiful position, able to connect onto one, but not all 3 guns. Falls, and now it's up to Malibu. Oh, it's a 1v1 and an incident right there. Oh my gosh, I was gonna say, if that fight didn't happen, it could totally go in Malibu's favor. It did. That's so. Pop House stops the momentum Bankai had just built up. I was getting worried, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought, you know, once Bankai gets on a roll, they're on a roll. Pop House doing really great work to make sure that doesn't happen, getting the defuse, taking the lead back. This is their map pick after all, because again, I was like, if they don't get this, then that's all she wrote. It's down to the 3rd place game.
Yeah, but not here, not today. Pop House, they're going to claw their way back. They have now an operator back into the hands of Zan. And last time, I don't think we actually had an opportunity to see Zan shine on that operator. So let's see if this time it is. So unfortunately, no, that's not going to be the case. The op is way across town. What is it? Is this cheeky crossfire? The stun comes through, but I don't think they're going to want it to take that fight instead. They're just going to invest those Seekers and reposition themselves onto the site. Oh my.
Oh, not good if you're Pop House. Oh no.
Wait.
Where's the spike? Zan in a...
Yeah. Oh my.
Has no idea. It's a quiet push. Though, oh, here's the loudness. Okay, so that the blind coming through, that's gonna, the smoke, keep that op from operating. Spike down. Oh goodness, look at this. Has no idea. Zan has no idea. Doesn't even check. Oh no. That's an offline. Now Summertime making a slow rotation over. And things are about to get scary. Oh no! What?
Okay. This is good.
How many? Not many.
Mm-hmm. There's so much to be done. So little time. And yeah, you said it. The timing. Bankai is just so good. Why? Because they invest so much. They like feed you all these lies, and they're like, yeah, look, we're using this flash. Yeah, look, you see 3 bodies. Yeah, look, we're throwing a smoke. Like, there's no way we're not gonna commit here. And after that, they're like, all right, we're out. We heard that there's another site that we can hit. We're gonna go check that out. And it's like, Paw Pals are so invested in this story. They're like, yes, 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 this is a story. And they like kind of tunnel vision to that. This time around, Zan tries to take the matter into their own hands, and that's not gonna go in their favor.
Why, Zan? Why? Tried to be sneaky. Didn't work out too well. Oh, goodness.
Oh my, Tasty's feeling it. They need to shut down Tasty.
Spike planted.
This is a yikes.
Look at that. Continues to peek the same angle.
Oh. Okay, that's huge. But took a lot of damage in that fight. Alright, well, Bankai cleaning that up. They're gonna take the lead. We're just going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what that does to the economy for Paw Pals. Not able to get full shields, so Bankai is sitting massively pretty in this position. 3 ultimates, and they lock a 4th one on, up on the horizon. Operator coming in. Yeah, and Paw Pals with some light shields, so they've got to play this perfectly. I would say over-aggression is not an option here for Paw Pals.
I've got your trail.
Not today. They're gonna fight for this site. They don't want to give up the site, but in doing so, Millie goes down shortly after.
Spike planted.
Strongly believe that it was gonna be a 2nd kill this time, but no. Summertime finds one.
Yep, spike down.
Even. Okay. I mean, numbers are in their favor.
Yeah, Bankai. The Scary Shark going on the flank. Fights ensue back the site. So an awesome Rolling Thunder. Huge for Paw Pals. Doesn't cover the entirety of the site, but able to find one for Scary Shark. Now it's a 1v1. Summertime is diffusing, but you can see those legs. Those are some big, massive breach legs hanging out. Shoot those down, and that's another round for Bankai. Oh my goodness. This is, I mean, they've got all the momentum right now, and this is really scary for Paw Pals.
It is so terrifying. I mean, you have Tasty on the op time and time again. This time says, you know what? I'm not going to op. I'm going to bring out... Okay, I thought they were going to bring out the Blade Storm, but no, I think they're waiting for a dire time, which, to be honest, right now, it doesn't look like Bankai is going to have a dire time. They've got tons of money in the bank. They've got 2 ultimates about to come up on that 3rd one yet. And to be quite honest, they're not really forced to use the ultimates. All they right now are doing is using the blinds, using the dash, and their aim is on point.
Whew. Okay. It's... I don't know. Paw Pals.
Not ready yet.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Yeah, I don't think that they even know, Yusine.
What?
I don't think they know.
That would have been huge, but unfortunately, when you got a dash jet hit coming to you, it's really hard to get your bullets to land on a moving target of that speed. And those blades are just so accurate. They aren't tilted by anything. That was huge. That was an opportunity right there. I thought it definitely could have gone to PayPal's for sure. But that Blade Storm, they popped it. They decided to use it, and it worked out. Where's that timeout? I think a timeout would be good for Paw Pals at this point, but it doesn't look like they're going to take it just yet.
I mean, we're so close to the half. It's the last round. I think they just want to end this half.
No, you can still take the timeout, though. Yeah, you know.
Oh, do they not? I'm sorry. I'm thinking professional here. I'm like, oh, they got the halftime.
But why not take an extra timeout? Unless I'm forgetting that they already took one. but oh, that hurt. 3v3. Oh, unfortunate for summertime, not having the gun out, it coming off of the util use.
The hunt begins.
I mean, not the worst. 3v2.
Oh, but Reyna.
Last player standing. Spike plant.
Yeah, that's tough. Ooh, a good blind, but thinking it was a false sense of hope. Thinking that you hit everybody on that blind,
Switching
but not.
sides.
All right, well, 8-4-1/2. Side switched. And definitely not bad. This is definitely better than an 11-1.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah. Pop Pal's on the attacking side, and can they do it? No.
You know, I believe. I believe, for sure.
Rolling
Your
Thunder.
time. Eliminate Tasty, who's feeling themselves a little bit too much. Soto as well. Eliminate the 2 duelists. All you have to do is hit a site hard, hold crossfires, use utility before you actually peek out post plant. Sounds just as easy as can be, right?
Yeah, just like that. No big deal. Just do that.
Oh, this is gonna be a... Can 3 people go into the crosshair of Soto and eliminate them?
Ooh.
Actually, no, it's gonna be the other way around. Tasty is... He's just finding it. They're just finding everything.
Oh,
Spike down mid.
Bankai, listen. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Danikai's ready to wrap it up.
Oof. Okay. Okay.
At this point, just wait for Bankai to push you. Wait for them to push you, hold crossfires, and don't even try to rush things. Just play the map out a little bit. You have a whole minute and, 40 seconds to figure out where do you want to go, where is who, and how do we do it?
Yeah, I'm surprised Bankai didn't actually just go full send because they've got the rifles, and I was like, they just go out full disrespect. But they don't. Spike is down. PayPal. PayPals, excuse me. PawPals. Oh no, Gary. Gary. Somebody, Tasty is on a fire.
Good thing is that Bankai is getting a little bit too confident in themselves. And this is really where Pop House can capitalize is they're being aggressive. I mean, you saw Soto be punished because they believe they could push through a smoke and be A-okay, and they were shut down by Pop House. So just let them get overly confident. They're going to want to peek. They're going to want to do something super aggressive, and you just hold it together. I mean, it's just going to be one round at a time.
Soto. Why though? Oh, okay. So that worked out at least. It's those times I think that keep Soto going. Oh man. Pop Pals watching the lead just run away with Bankai. This is the round where Pop Pals can bring it back. But they're down 2 players, so that info from the doggo. What?
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oof.
And I believe the position of carry is already given away.
Here.
So all we need is for...
Yep.
With that ping, it's confirmed. All you need to do is wait out that smoke. Oh, man.
And
Kai said, the only key we have is W here, Lucy.
And that W stands for win. Wow. All right, well, Soto, ultimate ready to go. We have the blades also, just needing a couple more orbs or kills. And then those will be ready as well. And I mean, not much for Pop Pals other than themselves coming as they are. Hit the sights. I mean, oh man. I just don't even know what they do here. I just feel like Bankai has the full read on him. And
I mean, this is a good start. MVP together. Get onto the site. There you go. You get the trade. Now you pick up a weapon. Make
This
sure
angle.
that you're not gonna get flanked here. Oh, tasty.
The
This is
wall.
good. This is good.
Absolutely. That's what you could hope for if you're Pop Pals. Took a lot of damage though. And unfortunately Malibu goes down so that he can't heal
Enemy remaining.
anymore. It doesn't matter. Spike is down, so Pop Pals still sitting in a good position. Okay, I thought that actually went the other way, and I was like, how did Super Cat pull that off? But Millie does fulfill the win. And that was, they didn't have weapons for that round. Am I correct?
They did not.
Yeah.
They did not.
That seems to be the theme. I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of rounds we've been watching over the past couple days that the teams that have thrifted win their round. It's
We love thrifties.
well, I would wonder because you have mentioned take a little more pause, be a little bit more cautious, be a little more cohesive. When you're with pistols and against rifles, you're forced to. You just know you're out weapon, and that is the huge key. What?
Wow.
Toto lets nothing stop him.
That's a good trade-off. They needed that trade-off. Otherwise, they were going to be down 2 players without nothing. Malibu's like, all right, guys, get on my backpack. I'm going to push us through, and we're going to keep on surviving. Then you get rid of Tasty here.
Last player
Yeah.
standing.
Oh no. It was looking so good. Noob. Unfortunate. Pop Pals just clawing their way, just trying. It's like they're hanging on the side of the wall. They're trying to climb back up, but Bankai just keeps lifting every little finger off the ledge, saying, no, you will fall. And now Bankai find themselves match point. Second map of a best of 3. This win for Bankai would solidify their position, their spot in a bye position for the championship tomorrow. Of course, both these squads are already advancing, and we are playing at this point for seeding. I just don't even know.
Oh my, how did he get away? How did
No!
Tasty get away?
Zan is activated. This is huge. This is exactly what Pop Pals need. Get the numbers.
Position.
Last player standing. Spike down. C.
Huge. What just happened? They saved. They got weapons. The pressure, everything. It's either the pressure of having a light buy, the pressure of losing the next round. Pop Pals activates. There's something here, noobs. There is something here to consider.
Yeah, maybe they're adrenaline players. They need to feel like their backs are against the wall so that they can make the run back. And this is for sure going to be a win for Pop House, but the question is how much can they save? And thankfully, it's going to be 4 weapons that they did not have to purchase themselves, so that's going to be an extra weapon for summertime there. And what I'm seeing here is you just got to go for it. They got to fight aggression with aggression. That's the only way that they are seemingly getting the upper hand here on Bankai. If they can do that, make sure they get their trades and continue to keep the player advantage. That's going to go in their favor for sure.
Yeah. So Pop House, they're sitting good. Bankai deciding to take light shields, presumably to keep the eco in check should they need to go to another round. This is Pop House round to lose, and already in an instant, Bankai is shutting them down. So this push for Pop House onto A site, not looking good, and Tasty having all the positioning, but luckily for Pop House, they're able to knock that down and make it onto site. Spike's trying to figure out what's going on, making sure things are safe. Maybe they got a sound cue, someone's behind them?
Last player standing.
But oh no!
My else there.
This is huge! This could totally be a round 4 Pop House, but it's not. Bankai with a beautiful execution. They just shut it down. They don't want any more. They take this 2-0 over
Defenders
Pop
win.
House. Congratulations to Bankai for qualifying into our champion bracket tomorrow in our second qualifier today. My goodness, Hype's in chat right now. Huge, huge, huge. And oh man, Bankai came up to date and showed us what they got. They came to play, noobs.
They really did. I mean, did I expect anything less from the names I see in the roster? Absolutely not. I knew that it was going to be a tough team. There was a ton of upsets actually throughout this qualifier. But to know that there's a team like Bankai going up against YFP, FlyQuest, I'm missing one that I'm
Shopify.
totally not remembering. Shopify. It's going to be such a good championship. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, absolutely. It's gonna be great. So we'll look back at what just happened, how Bankai just massacred the competition here. Pal's just really trying to keep their grasp, and just nothing was working in their favor. This is the Bankai show, and we were all here for it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I don't know what more to say about that matchup. Do you have any final things in regards to not only the match we just saw, but anything else that had happened today?
No, I think everyone showed what they got, and like I said, the championship tomorrow is going to be so much fun. There's going to be so many exciting gameplay, and I hope that Bankai continues to bring us this new kind of agents on the maps, because like we said throughout all of today, they had some really funky team compositions.
Yeah, I'm trying to take a peek over to the bracket to see if we know who the third place team is. I believe it's still actually in play. Team Fish Taco versus Mercury Pink. They're still in their best of one, I guess. Or this just hasn't updated yet. Do you have an update on your end? I'm gonna refresh this one more time. Yeah, nothing. So I'm not sure what happened in that because that's again only a best of one. But yeah, not done just yet. So we'll find out who is going to be the third place for today. They'll be rounding out. Stay tuned, I suppose, on our socials. And that's that, guys. Again, tomorrow, the finals. We're going to see, Bankai, Pals, and then the winner of Mercury Pink and Fish Taco joining into the bracket. That's already set with 3 players. And also, don't forget about next weekend. Noob, what's happening next weekend?
It is the Supergirl Pro Land event for all of you guys that are interested near the LA area, or I guess the OC area. Make sure you come on by. Even if you don't have a team, you can also hang out with us. Or, hey, maybe you want to make a team yourself and you want to see what you got. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be food. There's going to be gaming near the beach. I'm going to be sending all of the pictures over to Lucy May, and it's going to be a blast.
Yes, it's going to be a blast. It's going to be it's going to be a breeze. I had to throw that in there before I left. But maybe Valorant isn't your jam and you're into Rocket League. Maybe. Well, registration is open right now, so make sure to get online for that and register your squad for the competition that's happening the beginning of October. And actually, one last thing with the Oceanside !LAN, I believe, in chat to get more information about that if you do want to register and be there, or just at the very least arrive and watch the fun. There will be, I would assume, spectator seats. Come and watch it happening. It's a really good time. So with that, huge thank you to our sponsors. You got US Air Force, Logitech, Nissan, all of the things. So hypes in chat for them for helping us to bring Supergirl Gamer Pro Valorant to your pretty faces. So I am Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May. This has been
Noob.
You guys are fantastic. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for the grand finals of our Valorant series. Good night.
30 seconds. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
The Supergirl Gamer Pro is brought to you by Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop nissanusa.com. And by Logitech G, who is on a mission to change gaming for good through the power of positive play. And by the United States Air Force. Full-time, part-time, in or out of uniform. Join us.
This all-new Aria is an elegant EV.
Yeah, with 389 horsepower. And all-wheel drive.
It's beautiful.
It's a beast.
It's electric.
With an edge.
Oh, let's go with that.
I play for me. I play for fun. I play for real. I play for friends and Friday nights. We play for all. This is a new age of play. Play your way.
Just